Okay, looks like Assange, exactly like I said, is going to prison for the rest of his life for a very long time. He will never again even see the light of day, in my opinion. We're going to talk about that. Just telling you, I just started looking into it. So we're going to learn this thing together, and I'll check the live chat to see what you add in. Also, YouTube is responding to some of the craziest things I've ever seen. It is inciting a hashtag on Twitter as we speak. So many other things going on. I can't even represent all of them to you in the intro, so we're just going to need to start this off and get right into it. I'm trying my best. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I'm your host, UNIRock. It is Thursday, May 23rd, and we're going to rush right in. Thank you for being here. This is what I call... Man, there's no other way to say it. We haven't done a live dive in so long, but this is live. It's all new information. I haven't had a chance to prep the show, so yeah. For the first time in like 3 months, this is a live dive, I guess. Let's do it. This is not shocking, as in, I didn't know. It's not that I didn't know this was coming, but there was a part of me that, like, hoped that I was wrong. You get me? Because I have some extreme opinions on everything that's happened. I have a theory that a lot of people follow it and believe in it, but, you know, and the evidence supports my theory around it. I'll go into that in an extremely shortened version, but I think this doesn't have to do with what we're being told it has to do with. I can only go in and tell you. So we should start, I suppose, right here. Let's go. Basically, they got him under the Espionage Act. So basically, they are accusing him, they're indicting him of being a spy, of being a James Bond rogue character. This is not a joke. This is insanity. Assange is indicted under espionage, raising First Amendment issues, which is true. Then again, the First Amendment has been literally spit on and destroyed and broke down to the point where I don't even, you know, I don't think that people even respect it anymore. It just doesn't seem that way. Sorry about my background. I normally would fix it and hang my green screen. I don't want to take the time to do it. I was building a show, found this, and just went right in. What are they saying? Well, let's find out. Source to the New York Times. Assange, WikiLeaks leader, been indicted 17 counts of the Espionage Act for violating it for his role in obtaining and publishing military and diplomatic documents in 2010. Interesting that it's 2019. A lot of people are blaming President Trump. I'm just telling you what I see on Twitter. I'll show you it. A lot of the tweets that I've seen as of maybe 20 or 30 minutes ago, they're blaming President Trump. Well, the Trump administration. Which, couldn't Trump pardon the guy? Right? It's so weird. Have you seen that video that kind of like, I'm not the dude. I'm not like all these other guys. I will straight up say it, okay? I don't like politics, and I hope you're not subscribed for politics here because I don't talk about them. I try to avoid them at all costs. But I'm going to say it. There's a video of Trump using the word WikiLeaks during the election before he was elected. It's just WikiLeaks, 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 and then he literally, when Assange is arrested, says, I don't even know nothing about no WikiLeaks. Now, I get it. I think he was trying to state, I kind of defended Trump to an extent, and I said, I think he's just trying to say he doesn't know anything about what's going on here. Like, he doesn't have control of it. Who does? Who has control over this? The country is falling apart. I get shit sometimes because of my titles. I write titles like The End of the World as We Know It. What's this title? The World Falling Apart. You know, it's just the truth, though. You know, the world isn't getting better. We're not progressing. We are stepping backwards. We literally have spun around, and now we are running the other direction. So let's see. Maybe it'll be explained to us in the counts. I don't know, man. Like, because the reason why this is weird, and I'm not a lawyer, I don't really... Look, I do my best to try to follow and understand this. I'll do my best to explain it to you. But journalists, as long as they are not literally breaking into places and you know, going around with like James Bond-like things and stealing data, and if a journalist receives data from a source, there are protections for the press to report certain things. Now, classified data cannot be reported. That's why it's classified. But if the data is a crime, it can be reported. And if the data is classified to hide a crime, it can be reported. It's a check and balance that exists so that you don't have a tyrant administration. You don't have a tyrant leader in there or somebody in a position of power that has the ability to classify things that shouldn't be classified. Because you're not supposed to classify crimes. You get me? You're not supposed to. Now, at times of war, it becomes a really fine line. All right? And I guess there's the slightest, like, strangeness around that. The new charges are part of an expanded indictment obtained by the Trump administration that significantly raised the stakes of the legal case against Assange, who is already fighting extradition proceedings in London based on an earlier hacking-related count brought by the federal prosecutors in North Virginia. The case has nothing to do with Russia's election interference in 2016. Am I allowed to say bullshit? I mean, it's my opinion. YouTube, this is my opinion, YouTube, but really? It has nothing to do with it. And it has nothing to do with the Mueller investigation, right? They just decided to ring him in immediately after the Mueller investigation closes. For some reason, the Mueller investigation is highly focused towards people that have either communicated with WikiLeaks or could be in communication with them, or was in communication with them during the election, is what I should say. That's one huge thing. It's like the only thing. They get Stone, they get Corsi, they get these other guys that are all close to this circle, but they say has nothing to do with all of this. And then, you know, they close out, they say, nah, no collusion, bro. And the next day they go and they grab him. And a lot of people are like, yeah, this is the Democrats trying to get back at the fact that the Mueller investigation turned up empty. That's not how investigations work. You don't get to try to punish one political side by grabbing that side's like folk hero of information and use that as some kind of political weapon because you're pissed off that you can't impeach the president for something that he didn't damn do, you know? And basically, it didn't matter. The Mueller investigation didn't matter. I don't know why they even did the damn thing, because they knew they weren't going to find anything. And then on the other side of it, they knew that it wouldn't convince anyone. Even if Mueller stood up like, look, Dems, you worship me, but sorry, we didn't find anything. They're going to be like, nah, he did find stuff. Like people are literally obsessed now. You know what this is? These are people that are unable to look towards the Constitution, to look towards our past and learn something from it. Instead, they want to change the past, and I think that that's what's affecting this. I think that's what's driving this. Our entire country, not only that, but most of the world, is completely against basic rights for people. We are completely for grouping people into groups. Oh, yeah, those people are poor people. Don't listen to what they got to say. That dude's rich. We gotta modify Twitter now so that rich people can be heard. That's a story I'm going to bring you in just a minute. I tweeted that out earlier. I mean, my God, everything is just going the wrong direction. Let's get back into it. I apologize for my tone throughout this video, but I'm getting hit with the info just like you are. And you know there's nothing we can do. Oh, there is. You know, we're not going to not try. I'm just saying. In this machine that's been... The machine that's been created is out of control, in my opinion. I do think that it's almost like, what can you do? The people that have the ability to do this, the people behind all of this, don't even show their faces. We don't even know, man. All we do is we have like the news agency saying, no, this is the reason. It's like, really? Why is it that literally I could predict things like Jerome Corsi doing this and then Stone being involved? How is it that not me, but many people, because when I predicted it, a lot of other people did too. How did we all predict everything that was going to happen step by step by step? If it's not, what we think it is. I think that's why it's easy for anyone, not me, but anyone to predict it. Okay. Instead, it focuses on Assange's role in the leak of hundreds of thousands of State Department cables and military files by the former Army intelligence analyst Manning. Now, hold on, though. I thought Obama pardoned Manning. You've heard what they're doing to Manning. And by the way, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to leave this video up on YouTube, for fuck's sake. I've been deleting my demonetized videos, so we'll see what happens. Well, not all of them, but that's what YouTube wants us to do now. Tell me that's not weird. Justice Department officials did not explain why they decided to charge Assange under the Espionage Act. Well, why do you? How about we just say, how do you get charged on? What does it mean to be charged? It means you a spy. It means you spying for another government. A step also debated within the Obama administration, but ultimately not taken. Although the indictment could establish a precedent that deems actions related to obtaining and in some cases publishing state secrets to be criminal, the officials sought to minimize the implications for press freedoms. Well, that's another thing. Why were we told that nothing that was published mattered back then by one side? Another side said this is important shit. The other side was like, don't look at that. It ain't nothing. Who cares? Yeah, whatever. Say what you want. I mean, that was in 2010, dude. It's going to be 2020 in like 6 months. You really expect us to think that you went and ripped this dude out of the embassy and unleashed all these charges now in 2019, 2020, when he goes to court most likely, and you really want us to believe that it's about this stuff that happened in... I don't believe it. I just think they don't tell us anything anymore. I really don't think they tell us shit. Hell, who knows? They noted most of the new charges were related to obtaining secret document archives as opposed to publishing them. In the counts that deemed the publication of the files a crime, prosecutors focused on a handful of documents revealing the names of people who provided info to the United States in a dangerous place like war zones, quote. Some say Assange is a journalist and should be immune from prosecution for the actions. John Dimmers, the head of the Justice Department's national... Isn't that weird? The dude's last name is Dimmers. Hey, John. What are you doing, buddy? I'm just dimming out over here. They call me Dimmer. Oh, goodness. Quote, the department takes seriously the role of journalist in our democracy, and we want to thank you for it. It is not and has never been the department's policy to target them for reporting. Okay, will you continue to explain, please, Mr. Dimmer? Mr. Dimmio? That's the only thing you can do is just be a little bit silly to accept the tragic state of our world now. But Mr. Assange said that... Mr. Assange, he said, was no journalist. Mr. Dimmers... I don't like this guy's name. Accused him of conspiring with Manning to obtain classified information, quote... No responsible actor, journalist, or otherwise would purposefully publish the names of individuals he or she knew to be confidential human sources in a war zone, exposing them to the gravest dangers, he said. So basically, they're saying he doxed them. That's what they're saying. They're saying that Assange doxed confidential sources. That's what Dimmer's saying. For the purposes of press freedoms, what matters is not who counts as a journalist, but whether journalistic activities, whether performed by a journalist or anyone else, can be crimes in America. The Trump administration's move, now hold on, they keep doing this. They keep doing this, and I don't know whether to trust it, because I know that these publications hate Trump. Am I right there? I think I'm correct. Okay, this is a big point to make. The media outlets that are reporting this hate Trump. They're obsessed with the guy. They just hate him. Why do they keep saying that the Trump administration is to blame for this? Trump says he wasn't. Are they trying to propagate the minds of Trump supporters into hating Trump for this act because they know that if a lot of Trump supporters also support Assange? Keep your head on straight, my friends. If you do not keep your head on straight through this, if you let anyone tell you what's going on around this, I don't mind when people tell you their opinion, but you get somebody telling you some conspiracy fact around this, run away as quick as you can, okay? Make sure you're paying close attention to the stuff given to you as either sourced or not before you believe it, because this is a mess of a situation. When it comes to reporting this, reading about this, knowing what the truth is, it's going to be a mess. Mark my words. The charges rely entirely on conduct that investigative journalists engage in every day, he said. The indictment should be understood as a frontal attack on press freedom. Some other dude said, of course. Dimmers would never say that. Mr. Dimmers maybe he did. He left the press briefing without taking questions, and a Justice Department official who stayed behind to answer questions on the condition he would not be named would not address any about how most of the basic actions in the indictment deemed felonies by Mr. Assange differed in a legally meaningful way from ordinary national security investigative journalism. That is the fishiest thing I've read yet when it comes to this. That is fishy. So the first dude comes in, he's like, "Hey man, we got 17 charges on Assange. You can call me Mr. Dimmers, okay? And I got 17 charges on Assange. He's going to jail for 120 years. Peace, I'm out." Runs away. This dude's standing there like, "I'll tell you stuff, but you can't use my name. And I'm not going to talk about how Julian Assange isn't a journalist, even though Mr. Dimmers said he wasn't." Yeah, it's just so shady. Asking sources to provide secret information of news value, and after obtaining it, publishing it without the government's permission. You don't need the government's permission as long as it's legal to publish. I know it sounds crazy to say that. I have to get up into the Constitution and read it again now. Notably, the New York Times, among many other news organizations, obtained precisely the same archives of documents from WikiLeaks without authorization from the government, the act that most of the charges addressed. While the Times did take steps to withhold the names of informants in the subset of files it published, it is not clear how that is legally different from publishing other classified information. Legally, it's not different. And they're probably not going to go after the New York Times. They're probably not going to go after anyone else who also did the same thing. They just go on after him. This is why I have my theory. Many of you know my theory. I'm going to talk about my theory in a minute after we look at some more stuff, but a lot of you that know my theory makes a lot of sense. Every time there's news on this, my theory makes a lot of sense. Barry Pollock, a lawyer for Assange, said his client was being charged with a crime, quote, for encouraging sources to provide him truthful information and publishing that information. Well, what do you call that? Is that called espionage? Every Bond movie I've never seen showed all the gadgets that they needed to report things, so no. All right, I'll shut up now. That dramatic step, he said, removed the fig leaf that the case about his client was only about hacking, quote. These unprecedented charges demonstrate the gravity of the threat the criminal prosecution of Assange poses to all journalists in their endeavor to inform the public about actions that have been taken by the U.S. government. For most of American history, it was rare for the government to treat the leaking of its secrets to the news media as a crime. But starting in the second half of George W. Bush's administration, well, gee willikers, Batman, I wonder if it has anything to do with the, I don't know, those, I forget the name of them, but, you know, those things that Bush published, those really, really horrible, you know what I'm talking about. I'll bring it up in a minute. I'll look it up in a minute. And accelerating during the Obama administration. Well, gee willikers, Batman, it doesn't seem like Obama also took the stuff that was published and actually added a bunch of more stuff to it that made propaganda legal in the United States to be used on their citizens. But then again, I'm just a crazy YouTuber, so don't listen to me. The World War I era law criminalizes the disclosure of potentially damaging national security secrets to somebody not authorized to receive them, thus completely undermining the Constitution. On its face, the espionage could also be used to prosecute reporters who publish government secrets. That's exactly why they're supposed to have protections. That's why they have protections afforded to them. But many legal scholars believe the prosecuting people for acts related to receiving and publishing info would violate the First Amendment. They believe it? Since when did it become a belief thing? This is a fact. It says something. You read it. That's what it says. You don't get to play this legal mumbo jumbo bullshit with the Constitution. You could just read that sucker. You're either warping out what it says or you're reading it. There's no freaking options when it comes to that piece of paper. That notion has never been tested in court, however, because until now, the government has never brought such charges. The closest it came was indicting 2 lobbyists for a pro-Israel group in '05 who received classified info about American policy towards Iran and passed it on. But that case fell apart after several skeptical pre-trial rulings by a judge, and the charges were dropped. Now, I hate to be a stickler here, but I did say that I thought Julian Assange would be charged soon with a boatload of felonies. And I'm going to make another prediction early on. Now, I might change this by the end of the show, but I do think that they're going to find him guilty. It fits into my theory for them to find him guilty on at least, let's say, 3 to 6 of them. Or if not all, but at the bare minimum, 3 to 6. Fits right into my theory. Though he is not a conventional journalist, much of what Assange does at WikiLeaks is difficult to distinguish in a legally meaningful way from what traditional news organizations like the Times do. Well, see, that's actually not true. What you do is if you don't like what they do and you don't like the organization, you refuse to admit that they're journalists, even though what you said is true. You can't, only if you're trying to frame them as bad and evil. Anyone, so there's a few things that happen when somebody publishes classified information. For one, you can get in trouble for it, even if you are a reporter, but it has to be deemed that the information that you published, from how I understand it, like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but it has to be deemed that you shouldn't have published it. Like, there's no legal ramification. There's no reason to put it out. You get me? The other part of it is that you're always going to have, let's say you do uncover crimes and you uncover things that the United States citizens should know about that is classified, and you want to report it because it's your duty to. If you do that, you're always going to have a group of people that try to stand against it and act like, you know, you should be tried for it. Those are the guilty ones usually. Now, I'm not saying that that's true in this situation, but you know that that's what happens. If they do publish real data that should be published, that was classified, and it does expose a group of people to be criminals, of course those criminals and people that support them are going to try to criminalize the publication of the information instead of themselves. I mean, it's just a basic, like, legal tactic. The Obama administration had also weighed charging Mr. Assange, but rejected that step out of fears that it would chill investigative journalism and could be struck down as unconstitutional. Well, that, you know, there's not many smart things that I ever admit the Obama administration did. But they got me right there. Department official declined to address whether there was any new evidence that had come to light recently or whether the Trump administration had simply decided to take a step the Obama administration had shied away from. These reporters at the New York Times and these other mainstream media publications treat us like we are so stupid. This entire paragraph is useless. No, well, let's just do the later half. A Justice Department official declined to address whether there was any new evidence that had come to light recently or whether the Trump administration simply decided to take a step the Obama administration shied away from. Well, you know, I just don't see this latter part being true. Well, Obama didn't do that. Well, let's do it then. Okay, I just don't, it just doesn't make, take that shit out of there, New York Times. What are you even saying? The 3 charges that squarely addressed Assange publication of the government secrets were focused on a handful of files that contained the names of people who had provided info to the United States in dangerous places. War zones. The evidence laid out in the indictment against Assange mapped onto information presented by military prosecutors in the 13 court-martial trial of Manning. Prosecutors in her case also alleged that her actions endangered, but wasn't she pardoned? How do you spell? Is it Manning? Let me just type Manning. So let me get this straight. Manning can be pardoned, but then anyone else connected to what Manning did can still be arrested and put in jail the rest of their life. It was commuted, not pardoned. Okay. I got to make sure I say that right. It was commuted. Yeah, commuted. The official declined to say whether any such evidence now exists, but stressed prosecutors would need to prove in court only what they say in the indictment, that publication put people in danger. Miss Manning was sentenced to 35 years, by far the longest punishment for a leak in American history. But in one of the last acts in office, Obama commuted most of the remainder of the sentence in 2017. Manning is back in jail again after a judge held her in contempt for refusing to testify about her actions with Mr. Assange before the grand jury in the Eastern District of Virginia that indicted him. I guess him, Mr. Assange. Okay. Manning's disclosure via WikiLeaks was one of the most extraordinary leaks in American history. The bulk disclosure of hundreds of thousands of State Department cables have revealed... What? Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, I just jumped online. I'm going to try to go offline earlier than usual on this one. Manning's disclosure via WikiLeaks, one of the most extraordinary leaks in American history. The bulk disclosure of hundreds of thousands of State Department cables that revealed many secret things about the world. Dossier about Guantanamo Bay detainees held without trial. Logs of significant events in the wars that divulged, among other things, civilian casualties were far higher than the official estimates. We already knew all that. Manning's disclosures initially vaulted Assange and WikiLeaks to global fame, and he was seen as a villain by the Obama administration. You know, I don't know if I can buy into that. It was commuted. With the charges commuted. But, okay, I know. I'm too picky when I go through this stuff, dude. But treated as an icon by transparency and anti-war activist. Image later transformed significantly when WikiLeaks published archives of Democratic emails that had been stolen. So they bring up the emails here. Now, look what they say right there. Oh, yeah. Highlight that one. Part of its covert efforts to help Trump win the 2016 election. Okay, one more time. I don't even know, bro. Dude, this is how the past is changed. They have a time machine in their hands. It's called the mainstream media. And all they have to do to change the past is to push a couple buttons on their little time machine, put out floods of articles that state the same thing, and all of a sudden, people of the world will just slurp that shit up. His image later transformed significantly when WikiLeaks published archives of Democratic emails that had been stolen and provided to him by the Russian government. Look, I need a favor from the people in my Discord, okay? We'll use let's see. I got a room that we can use. Let's go ahead and say the RP to PB room. I only want links that prove that the Russian government did it. Okay? What I'm saying is, they constantly say this now. Now, if they could prove that, then, like, this entire thing right here just seems like a chunk of propaganda like no freaking other. Let me blow up the screen. His image later transformed significantly when WikiLeaks published archives of Democratic emails that had been stolen and provided to him by the Russian government as part of a covert effort to help Trump win the election. I didn't think that was proven yet. Like, I've never seen actual evidence that proves that paragraph. And I'd love to see it if it's true. And if it's not true, which I don't think it is yet because I haven't seen evidence to prove it, it would answer a lot of questions. It would seal things off. It would be like that other situation from a few days ago. You get me? This is dangerous, in my opinion. And why not a link? Typically, if they say something really big, they give you a link so that you can source out what they're saying. This is really strange. So Assange was indicted in March of 18 by a court in Alexandria, Virginia, on a charge of conspiring to commit unlawful computer intrusion. Prosecutors accused Assange of agreeing to help Manning crack an encoded portion of a password that would have enabled Manning to log on to a classified military network under a different username than her own, which would have masked her tracks better. That came after she already started sending files, and they have not alleged that his efforts succeeded. The charge was unveiled in April when Assange was arrested in London after being dragged out of the embassy, where he had lived for years to avoid capture. The U.S. has asked Britain to extradite him, who is fighting the move, and filing of the new charges clears the way for British courts to weigh whether it would be lawful to transfer custody. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Oh my God. Oh. So the last time I reported this to you, I told you that Assange was in England. Did I say, what did I did, but yeah. He was in London, England, but London. And that in order for Assange to be extradited, the United States would have to basically unveil all of the felonies they want to charge him. So listen. Let's say that they extradited him to the United States. If they did that a month ago or whenever it was that he got arrested, they wouldn't be able to charge him with anything else. And that's why I said that they were going to drop a bunch of stuff on him before the deadline and then extradite him over after that. Not only does it incite the extradition, but it's like they got to reveal all the cards in their hand. They got to say what all the charges are they want to drop on him. And they did. Man, dude. Oof. We live in a strange time, y'all. We live in a strange, strange time. I don't know what to say other than that we live in a strange time. Let's see what you guys got really quick. Let's see what you want to add to this. Yeah, I've heard about the stories about the Hammer War, yeah. Yeah, Trolita, exactly. Exactly. There's no evidence, but they keep printing it. They keep running that story. They keep saying that it's like a determined thing, that the emails or Assange got this from... That's the narrative, guys. How does that narrative have nothing to do with 2016? Right? It's almost like they say it over and over and over again because they just want us all to believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't mind if you believe it. God bless America. I guess Edward Snowden has responded, saying that the DOJ declared war on journalism by charging Assange. Whew. Let's see what WikiLeaks is saying on Twitter, even though I don't trust the WikiLeaks Twitter at all. A lot of people don't like me because I don't trust the WikiLeaks. A lot of people like to know what I think now about WikiLeaks. When Assange was at WikiLeaks, I was fine. And it's just like all that other junk out there about these other types of things. Once Assange is away, I just have to I'm not saying I can't trust it. You just got to be really careful. You got to step very lightly. You got to walk very softly around this topic once Assange is at the embassy. Now, at first, it seems like, well, you know, he still has access to a computer. Then, oh, he only has access to a phone. Then, oh, he has no access to anything. And it's like, well, then why in the world would we continue to? But let's see what they're saying. I'm not saying not to. I'm just giving you my feeling. I really don't mind if you do or not. I mean that, okay? So this is madness, the end of national security journalism and the First Amendment. Well, look, WikiLeaks, I don't know if you knew this yet, but this is not a new thing. We've had our First Amendment threatened like over and over again for a while now. Okay, WikiLeaks is responding to this indictment against Assange, unprecedented attack on free press. They retweeted John Pilger, who said the war on Assange is now a war on all. 18 absurd charges, including espionage, send a burning message to every journalist, every publisher. The target today is Assange. Tomorrow it will be you on the New York Times, you on the BBC. Modern fascism is breaking cover. ACLU says the charges against Assange are equally dangerous for U.S. journalists who uncover the secrets of other nations. If the U.S. can prosecute a foreign publisher for violating our secrecy law, there is nothing preventing China or Russia from doing the same. True, but ask yourselves, how in the hell can the United States do this? Normally, this would start some kind of like intense war. Why did Ecuador bow down and just let them come in and take a guy who's politically asylum there? Why in the world is every other country in agreement with the United States on this when they don't even align politically on the thoughts they have, right? This doesn't make sense. And look, so basically the United States doesn't like Assange, whatever, for this stuff and that, the stuff and this stuff. They want to go get him. How is it that the EU countries agree? How is it that Ecuador's like, yeah, okay? How? It doesn't even make sense. It really does seem like there is a world that's ran by a shit ton of countries that all agree with the same thing, even though they pretend to argue with each other constantly about things. Am I wrong there? Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Normally, there would be like, they would reject it. They would say, get out of here. You're not setting foot in our country to arrest a citizen here. If you have asylum somewhere, then you're actually he was actually an Ecuadorian citizen at the time. How in the Sam hell could that even be allowed? How could it happen? This is nutso, bro. The charges are an extraordinary escalation of the Trump administration's attack on journalism, and they keep blaming the Trump administration, every single outlet. So, the Trump administration did this or didn't? Does anybody have an opinion on that? Will you type it in the chat for me? Neo says, we have short memories regarding Assange. Remember, he hammered the U.S. during Desert Storm. Oh, yeah, I know. Most people on the left do not know that third-party company with Clinton ties looked at the server. The MSM don't want to speak on that. They really are selective. They don't just speak. This is why I don't trust the mainstream media. And I don't know why YouTube would get mad at any of us for not trusting these types of authoritative news sources, the things they call authoritative news sources. We don't trust them because they only pick certain things to talk about. They run what is clearly defined as an agenda. It's not like we're trying to be mean or something. It's not like I'm trying to just, you know, screw CNN over or NBC or any of these places. But if they keep lying and they keep trying to convince me of something and they can't prove it, and you say to them, dude, you can't prove what you just said, though, but you just told me it was a fact. I can't sit here and expose YouTubers that continually lie and continually try to make opinions look like fact over and over and over and try to agendize and narrate what goes on. I can't just sit and expose YouTubers and then let the mainstream media get away with it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to even think that that's a possibility. Not only that, I don't buy it. I would think there would be other countries that are literally outraged of this. You only hear it from a small portion. So what's either going on is that the other countries are speaking up and they are outraged. Like maybe France is flipping out. Maybe like, I don't know, Spain is upset. Maybe Mexico's mad. maybe they don't agree with this. Maybe they're like, dude, this is not good because this sets a precedent for other foreign countries to want to protect their secrets, and they will expect other countries to bow down and allow them the ability to go and arrest people in other countries, just like you're doing in Ecuador. Why aren't these other countries standing up and complaining? So they may be, and we just don't see it. And if we're not seeing them complain, that would mean our news sources are limiting the information. That's something that we should know about when it comes to these stories. Well, Spain feels this way. Oh, but this entire group in France is standing up against all of this. We don't hear that. That's why I say the news cycle is broken. I'll be damned if I don't hear about everything that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian does. I'll be damned if I don't see that on Google, on every other place out there constantly. But I'll be damned if I hear about real journalistic reporting or real opinions that seem to affect. Like, you would think that, like, one thing that really bothered me, you see how all these dummy articles come out? It's like one big publication writes something. It's like, oh, okay, let me click that. All right, I read it. Then you go click on another publication, but it's worded the same. It says the same thing. You know where I'm going there, because we see this every day with a plethora of articles. That doesn't make sense. I thought these other news organizations were there to actually type out their opinion, how they feel, what they are seeing, different individuals at each of these news places. Instead, it's just a copy-paste article that every trusted news source gives us. It's nuts, dude. Oh, my chat locked up. I'm sorry. For the first time in the history of our country, the government has brought criminal charges under the Espionage Act against a publisher for the publication of truthful information. This is a direct assault on the First Amendment, and it should be in any form. Whether it's because somebody has a channel on a Twitter channel, a Facebook channel, a live stream, wherever it is that people are speaking truthful information, people should say to themselves, look, I may not like what that information does to the agendas that I ascribe to, but I have to admit that it's true, and I have to allow people to state that, because it is a violation of free speech to do that. And in the same way, it's a violation of free speech, because you can't just say, you can't just really define who is a journalist by whatever standard that everyone else sets, right? What stops me from being a journalist other than myself? Because I constantly tell you I'm not a journalist. But if I was a journalist, if I wanted to be a journalist, just because I've got, like, 50,000 subscribers, can I not be a journalist? Is that too low to be considered one? And if I'm reporting things, if I'm doing a good job with it, like, okay, let's use Tim Pool as an example. Even though I really don't like the guy that much, let's use Tim Pool as an example. So Tim Pool, when he had 50,000 subscribers, he's not a journalist, is he? So he doesn't get the First Amendment protections that other news sources. Why isn't he considered authoritative? That's what's bad about having a list of authoritative sources, too. And I'm going to shut up now because I'm bitching. So Trevor Trim, I have no clue who he is, but he's got a check mark, so let's read what he says. Put simply, these unprecedented charges against Assange and WikiLeaks are the most significant and terrifying threat to the First Amendment in the 21st century. Well, let's now, instead of doing this, let's do a search on Twitter just to see how the world is responding really quick. It'll just take a second. Now, one thing I do when I search on Twitter to find out stuff like this, I start out under top and just do a quick look. Then I go to latest, okay? Going to latest will give you what regular people are saying mixed in along with famous people. If you go to the top, you're only going to see what famous people are saying. So Snowden, I read you what Snowden said. Okay. I read you what Pilger already said. This is from the damn Justice Department. Let me open this up really quick. I'm allowed to read this, right? Yeah. Okay. So, a grand jury returned 18 counts superseding indictment today against Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks. Why aren't they using his real name? His real name isn't Julian Assange. With offenses that relate to the alleged role in one of the largest compromises of classified info in the history of the U.S. The superseding indictment alleges Assange was complicit with, but Manning had the charge, whatever the word was. I keep saying pardon, but it was a different word. Commuted. How the hell are you going to do this? You can't just commute Manning and then say, yeah, but Assange just has to be charged. Manning's the one that did it. Manning took it. How can you forgive Manning? It makes no... I can't... My brain hurts when I think about this, dude. I start getting a little bit of a throb right here. It's like... Not really, but you get me. Okay. Complicit with Manning. Unlawfully obtaining and disclosing related to the defense of the nation. So, okay. Here's where it gets a little bit crazy. So specifically, the indictment alleges that Assange conspired with Manning, obtained from Manning, and aided and abetted Manning in obtaining the information, with reason to believe the info was to be used to the injury of the U.S. How's that? If it was a lie, and it was a classified lie, then it is journalism to release it. Like, we got to be able to do this. We have to be able, and these are what these news sources should be doing. The news sources should not be just putting out some, typed up little memorandum thing. Like, here's what every news source says in the U.S. Ha ha ha. They should literally be going into this stuff and doing what the YouTubers do, what the regular people do, till we can make up our own mind. If the information was used to the injury of the United States, but all that it really shown was what the New York Times said, and I know it said a lot more than what the New York Times said. The New York Times was just summing it up, but still, let's just think about this for a second. If the information was going to injure the U.S., and it basically just said that the civilian casualty numbers were much, much higher, and some other things, but if it's true, how in the world is this going to hold up in court? That's right, Roxy. After agreeing to receive the documents from Manning and abetting, aiding, and causing Manning to provide the documents, how in the world? You can't do that. How in the hell would Assange? So it's a conspiracy then. Like, this is not the kind of conspiracy that goes onto YouTube. This is the kind of conspiracy alleged under a court of law. They're literally saying that Assange was sitting there like, you got to give me this stuff. No, you got to give me this. No. I need this too. Oh, no, go grab that. Yeah, I need all that. But I don't want to. No, you got to do it. I'm making you. You're making me? Yeah, I'm making you. Okay. It's like, really? All right, so here's some specifics. It alleges in the beginning of late 2009, Assange and WikiLeaks actively solicited U.S. classified info, including by publishing a list of the most wanted leaks that sought, among other things, classified documents. Manning responded to Assange's solicitations by using access granted as an intelligence analyst to search for the United States classified documents and provide to Assange and WikiLeaks databases containing approximately 90,000 activity reports, 400,000 activity reports, 800 Guantanamo Bay detainee assessment briefs. Isn't it strange? You know that word right there? Do you know we've seen this word so much? Now we see it as Gitmo. Yeah, I know that's what they're saying, that Assange, facilitated the spying, conspired with the espionage, therefore is getting charged also with the espionage. But for one, you can't really commute the charges of the person who is responsible for all of it and then say, well, you conspired with this, even though we determined that no one needs to serve a sentence for this act. Now you're going to have to come do it now. So that doesn't make sense. And then also that Gitmo Bay thing, right? Isn't it so weird that this thing is of so much importance now? In this case, this is so important And for the last year and a half, where is every time you heard about that place? Who is it that spoke about that place the most in the last year and a half? Almost like it's kind of one of those psychological things. You know, the psychological things that you operate onto individuals to try to cloud and, mix up everything going on and confuse the things going on with it. Psychologically operate these. Okay, I'm getting too specific now. It's not worth it if I get super specific. All right, so these documents were secret, so they're not even top secret, meaning that their unauthorized disclosure could cause serious damage to the U.S. But then again, only if they were true, only if they were not protecting a criminal act, and if they are covering, if these documents are showing that the United States people were lied to about specific numbers, that in itself is something that should be released. It isn't something that should have been hidden in the first place. It's almost trivial to say that. You get me? You can't admit that the damn documents was a lie that was hidden so that the news could push an agenda and make us think something different than what really happened and change history, but then say, well, now we got to charge people for releasing it. It's like, how corrupt are you? How corrupt are you really showing yourself to be if you're going to say, we need to keep these lies secret? You have to keep these things classified. You can't release these lies out to people. The American people have to be lied to about that thing. No, we don't. Because we voted on whether we could go. We either supported or did not support the operation itself. And if the details of the operation, if the numbers, if the things that were happening from it were being lied about, I don't understand how you can justify classifying it. So the reason why this is actual, like, not conspiracy was in like a YouTube theory, but conspiracy is in a legal term. The indictment alleges that Manning and Assange engaged in real-time discussions regarding Manning's transmission of classified records to Assange. The discussion also reflected that Assange actively encouraged Manning to provide more info and agreed to crack a password hash stored on US DoD computers connected to the Secret Internet Protocol Network, SIPRNet, a United States government network used for classified documents and communications. How about you just don't connect the SIPRNet to anything? I get it. Manning had access, but still. Assange is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Then why in the Sam hell is the New York Times acting like Assange is guilty of other things? Literally saying that Assange did work with the Russians and get Trump elected in the New York Times today. So you could say, yeah, you shouldn't presume that Assange is guilty on these charges until he goes to court. But the New York Times is already presuming that Assange is guilty on the collusion charge and is running it as part of the story for all of America to see. They should be sued and then shut down. Actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalties. Why in the Samuel H. fucking stuff is this in the report? What the hell is this? If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of 10 years for each count, 170 years. Except for the conspiracy for computer intrusion, for which he faces a maximum of 5. 165 then. Actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalty. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after taking into account the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. He hasn't even been proven guilty yet. Why are you talking about this in the initial filing? How many times do you have to tell us that he's innocent until proven guilty? Wouldn't one be enough in a literal government like this is literal? They literally act like they know that everybody's going to assume he's guilty and beforehand. Make sure you put that in the paper like 7 times. 7? Well, yeah, maybe 8. Okay. You know, it's like, why? So shady, dude. So shady. So, let's see. Mike Gravel. No matter your thoughts on Assange, the latest indictments under the outdated Espionage Act are a disgrace. If you support the indictments out of hate for him, you're giving Trump a weapon to restrict the press. The charges should be dropped and the act repealed. So, we're supposed to believe that... Okay, follow me here because, like, their narrative makes no sense. And I don't even like their narratives. I try not to pay attention to them most of the time. So we've already read in the New York Times that they're saying that Trump administration themselves are to blame for this happening. Then in the same article, they say that Julian Assange was responsible for getting Trump elected. I read it to you by conspiring with the government to release DNC emails. So if Julian Assange got Trump elected by colluding with Russia to release hacked emails, why in the world would the Trump administration turn around and a couple years later go get the guy out of the embassy? Now, that would either state that either the Trump administration isn't really behind this, as the New York Times and other publications are stating, or they're lying to us on the other side of it. It just doesn't add up. Oh, we got a BBC article now. Let's compare it. I love doing this. I love comparing these types of things together. Let's see if they run that story across the pond. Okay, so I'm gonna skim through this and see if there's any information that's different from the New York Times article, and then read you what it is really quickly. Talk about conspiracy. It was a while. Wait. It was a while he was on bail. Facing, they always bring this dumb shit up. And so I thought that had been dropped by now. Why are they bringing it up if it's been dropped? Dropping it and admitting that it didn't happen means you can't bring it up 7 years later and act like, you know, for God's sakes, it's inaccurate. 47-year-old arrested on 11 April after Ecuador abruptly drew the asylum. Got that part. And jailed for 50 weeks for skipping bail. What? That's a year. Is he a campaigner or an attention seeker? No, they're saying he's a spy. Do I gotta tell you this, the BBC? Basically, blah, blah, blah. Assange encouraged it. Blah, blah, blah. He gave the names which risked people's lives. Blah, blah, blah. Each term could carry 10 years. Wait, they're literally pulling paragraphs out of the word for word New York Times. They did close it, and now they're trying to reopen it? Oh. That's it? That's it. That's all they're telling people over from the BBC. Holy hell in a handbasket. In 2010, the Swedish prosecutor's office first issued an arrest warrant. It says there are two separate allegations. Mr. Assange claims they are without basis. He was arrested in London and bailed in the second attempt. The UK Supreme Court in 2012 rules he should be extradited to Sweden. Mr. Assange in 2012 of June enters the Ecuadorian embassy. Then, 2 months later, he is granted asylum, saying there are fears his human rights may be violated if he is extradited. Of course they are, but the same thing's going to happen now that you kicked him out of the embassy. What, are you telling me things have changed since 2012 and that his human rights aren't going to be violated now? And you didn't give a reason why we should, you know, agree that his human rights aren't going to be violated so that it doesn't matter now, or basically you're just saying you don't care. So in August of 2015, Swedish prosecutors dropped the investigation because they ran out of time to question him, but he still faces the more serious one. In October, Metro Police announced that officers will no longer be stationed outside the embassy. February of 16, UN panel rules that Assange has been arbitrarily detained by UK and Swedish authorities since 2010. Yeah, no shit. In May of 17, Sweden's Director of Public Prosecutions announces that the investigation into Assange was dropped. July of 18, UK and Ecuador confirmed they're holding on to talks over the fate of Assange. In October, he is given a set of house rules. You know, it's pretty messed up that they can even take away his internet and do anything other than that. They said that his cat was malnourished. The cat looked healthy as hell. Are you kidding me? That's just how do you expect us to buy this? And then once you say these things to us, how do you expect us to ever trust you again? October revealed he is to launch legal action against the government of Ecuador, accusing it of violating fundamental rights and freedoms. In December, the lawyer rejects an agreement announced by Ecuador's president to see him leave Ecuador. February of 19, Australia gives Assange a passport amid fears Ecuador will bring the asylum to an end. And then in April, the Metro Police detain him. And in May, Sweden reopens the investigation and the U.S. files it. Oh my God. Because if the U.S. drops his charges, they want to make sure that Sweden will be there to pick it up. Incredible. Jeremy Scahill, are you a pawn or something? I don't know who you are, dude, but The founder of The Intercept, VP, Vice President at Gobias Industries. You expect me to think you're telling people that none of this is about 2016 just because the damn New York Times said that, right? Oh, Lord. Kim.com weighed in. With these ridiculous charges against Assange, the U.S. empire is guaranteed to fail with the extradition request, but the process of extradition itself is being abused by the DOJ as punishment against him. It will take Assange many years locked up to fight extradition. Really? Kim.com, you think? Let me think about this. I mean, it's possible, but you're living in a dream world, Mr.com. No offense, but for one, they're guaranteed to fail with extradition. You think? Because, like, I kind of have a more dystopian view. I don't like having it. It's just, look, if you walk outside your door and every time you go up a certain street, there's always a dude sitting on a bench and he freaking kicks you in the shin every time you walk up that street. You walk up there 50 times, dude's always waiting there to kick you in the damn shin. You think that, what, now it's just not going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that, like, today's going to be different, right? Insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You really think they're not going to be able to extradite him? And then do you really think it'll take years? I would have believed that if they wouldn't have filed these charges. Because these charges are filed so that they can meet the deadline for extradition. Maybe it'll fail. Maybe. Either way, his life is over, okay? His life was over the minute he entered the embassy. They weren't going to let him out. It's just, it's incredible. Think about it. I mean, people have that much power. They want to talk about, like, people always talk about borders, but how are borders a thing? How do they even exist? There is nowhere you can go and even hide anymore. Literally, there are a couple countries out there that'll literally be able to pass any border with no problem. It's like, hey, we're going to go through. It's like, you can't do that. It'll start a war. Not if I have this badge. Oh, you're from that country. Come on in. Do whatever you want. I mean, normally people would have to go to court. They would have to decide things. Judges would have to order things. And I know some people are saying, well, that's what's happening. In the United States, they ordered for him to be arrested. These charges most likely were drawn up and pressure was put to go arrest him. And why didn't the United States arrest him? Like, we're not given, my problem is this, guys. We're not given answers for anything. We are left here to pull all this stuff up from these sources that do not report us an unbiased accounting of what's going on, and then we are expected to figure it out ourselves. But most of the time, we're punished for that. Well, you shouldn't talk about that. You shouldn't. Well, they don't care about this. I've never seen them care about this situation as much. But it's like they expect us to just kind of ignore it on YouTube. Just be like, let's see what other YouTubers are saying. Oh, no. Oh, shit, don't even tell me I got that on this video. Oh, shit, don't even tell me I got... All right. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like burn for me. I guess I should mention my show, shouldn't I? I mean, I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass not to. If you like my show, please consider financial support at PayPal and Patreon. www.paypal.me/UNIRock. Although, any donation that you make will only get you more content. We don't save the world or anything else like the other YouTubers. Some other YouTubers do. We just make a show for you here. Okay, very strange. I get an authoritative developing news from 20 minutes ago at the New York damn Times. Oh my God, that article has so much wrong with it. Let me see this. Is this the same one? Oh my God, it is. There's so much wrong with this article. Let me show you a couple pieces if you weren't here earlier. One is this sentence. The next is this one. It is not or never been the department's policy to target journalists for reporting. The indictment should be understood as a frontal attack on press freedom, in which it should. But his image later transformed significantly when WikiLeaks published archives of Democratic emails that have been stolen and provided to him by the Russian government as part of covert efforts to help Trump win. They literally state that Trump is guilty of collusion with Assange in this article from the New York Times today. Now, it's time to bring up my theory because the New York Times did it. They brought my theory up. Right there. What have I been telling you in all of my playlists? Corsi goes to jail. Corsi flips. Those playlists. There's like maybe 10 videos on the channel that I did that talk about how they act like the Mueller investigation doesn't have anything to do with this 2016 WikiLeaks thing. But when it comes to Assange and when it comes to people that allegedly communicated with Assange, like Corsi, Stone, and others, Jones, these people, they say that they all did and that they all facilitated this. But then when it comes time for reports and charges and indictments, they say the opposite. All right? My theory states that that Corsi would flip, that Corsi was chosen to be indicted by Mueller out of nowhere. No one thought that, dude. Corsi is a guy on YouTube talking about you know what, the plan to save the world, making money off of off of people who are fake. You know, they think they're supporting like MAGA or something or Trump, and they don't realize that they're just supporting the conspiracy theorists. And that's what Corsi's doing on the internet. And this guy is valuable enough to be pulled into the damn Mueller investigation and become one of the central figures in getting Stone and Jones where they are. Also, do you not think that the censorship of Jones had anything to do with this when it happens literally right before this all happens? And do you think that this arrest of Assange has nothing to do with this, considering that the day they ended this, the next day they go in and get Assange? It all is connected, because for over a year I've been telling you it's all connected. It's all connected to the DNC emails and one other document released on WikiLeaks, which is the code word document. All of that was a political coup thrust upon the internet. They realized that if they fan the flames, if they come out and tell people your attempt at subverting an election, your attempt at changing the world for to push your agenda, your attempt to use this conspiracy theory and the channels that fuel the conspiracy theory to affect these things, they worked so well that we literally have to, you know, round these guys up in the Mueller investigation so that we can get enough together and go get Assange and really be able to try and get it Trump that way, or get it whoever we want to get at that way. You get me? All of that, in my theory, is connected, because it's why would the New York Times never really does a negative? They don't come up and say this has nothing to do with this. And then every other, you know, Washington Post, all these other places, CNN, they don't come out and say it has nothing to do with this, we swear. I don't trust them. I never have. And I know that when they take the time to specifically spell out to everyone that it has nothing to do with this, you should be looking very deep to see if it does have something to do with this. Now, I've been doing that for a year before they posted this, because my theory states that the Mueller investigation has another compartment to it and that it was successful. And what it was trying to do was find out who wielded rumor, conspiracy, social media to affect the election through spread of conspiracy theories targeting certain people that are getting elected, making them look like criminals, making them look like Satanists, making them look like these monsters, priming the public to say guilty before proven innocent, not innocent until proven guilty, agendizing the public, that public, to accept those notions when typically those people are the ones that don't. They're the ones that do push for innocent until proven guilty, and subverting that idea, moving them further away from their core beliefs, moving them further away from the Constitution and what they typically represent. You get where I'm coming here. This is like them getting back at the people who used social media to spread false information. That's why it is, while they do this Mueller thing and why they do this, while they're going after Assange, there was censorship of Jones. There was censorship of a lot of people who spread those ideas around, especially WikiLeaks. And I think that since Julian Assange has been in the embassy, personally, I'll just tell you my opinion on it. I don't trust WikiLeaks after Assange went into the embassy and lost access. I think that it would have been just too easy for them to comp WikiLeaks, for them to use it for what they want to use it for, or just not saying the entire thing, but maybe just get a few people in there to bend certain parts of it to the will that they needed to be bent to. And I could go into a nice tirade about that one document, that one code word document, the only document on WikiLeaks that's ever been released as unsourced, unverifiable, and to be made to look different than what it really is. A deceptive document released in WikiLeaks in 2016 to accompany the DNC emails. And we hear about these DNC emails every time Assange comes up, but they always say it's not the reason. It has nothing to do with that. It does. My theory states that that is the backbone of why they want to censor the internet. It's why they want to restrict conspiracy. It's why they want to squash free speech by saying that anyone that says something that's not in line with the media is spreading conspiracy. And if that narrative is believed by the people enough, then it's easy to move forward, classify any dissenting opinion as conspiracy. It's easy to group any dissenting person as far right or Nazi or whatever else they want to say. It's easy to do these things and have an excuse for the censorship they want due to the fact that our country puts such an emphasis on free speech and these things as our rights. It is not a right for them to be able to unfairly police their platforms and unfairly decide whose opinions are right and wrong. That is not some corporate option. It still is at the core and definitely restricting the free speech of the people involved. You get me? Of course, though, if you make it look like this shit is super dangerous and affected many things without necessarily fanning the fire to keep it going more and more, if they come out and just tell you, yeah, those DNC emails changed it all, man, caused all these problems for us, and we're going to burn down anything that had to do with it, they know that next election cycle, everybody's going to know where the power lies. The power does not lie in politics. It doesn't. The power is not inside of what is true or what is reality. In politics, the power is perception, illusion, what you can make a group think. That's why propaganda is such an important part of politics to deceitful people. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's not necessarily a political race of people trying to tell you what is right, what they think should happen with policy and law. And instead, they put on this big act for you, and it becomes this big back and forth and tit for tat. It becomes them promising you a lot of things when they're getting elected and not delivering afterwards, when it either comes to senators and all the way up to presidents. And it becomes a thing that can be used as a shield for even more nefarious things going on. Like, I personally think, and this is another just strange opinion that I have, that there is something big going on in the background behind the haze of fake news that exists in front of us. I don't know what it is, and I don't know when it'll start to surface. I think we're seeing the tentacles of it start to dip out of the ocean now. It'll probably take a few years before you even start to see the top of the head of this freaking squid, this monstrous freaking kraken, peeking up over and breaching the surface of the water. But eventually, it will be all too obvious. The problem is, once a monster like that is unleashed, as we've seen in many of the stories in the last while, once a monster like that is unleashed, you can't stop it. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop it. Wrong song, Bizzy. Wrong song. Let's go to the live chat. We got other stuff to do. I want to get to it. Oh, man. Sucky, man. This is the definition of Suck City, Nebraska. The Kraken. Maybe we'll start using that. Who knows? I've already overused the Hydra so much. It'd be nice to have a different mythological beast. A mythological beach! It'll be nice to have a different mythological beast for this side of the conversation, right? Those damn mythological beaches. Stay away from those beaches. They are mythological. Wow. Give me a link. Do you have like a story I can type in and pull up, Neo? I'll pull it up. Wow, Russell Brand. It's been a minute since I heard of that guy. Somebody said that there was a $4.2 million deal between the United States and Ecuador the week that Assange was booted out. I never heard about that. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Am I the only one that always spells Ecuador wrong? No fucking way, dude. The International Monetary Fund's goal is to ensure the stability of international monetary and financial system. The functions are underpinned by the IMF's research and statistics, surveillance. The IMF promotes economic stability and global growth by encouraging countries to adopt sound economic and financial policies. Ecuador inks a $4.2 billion financing deal with the IMF on February 20th. Hold up. Oh, my chat locked up. Sorry, I just done. Oh shit! Is Team Skeptic in here? I gotta go meet him if he is. So I'm gonna, if he messaged, I need to check to see if he messaged me. I need to go talk to him. Well, that is strange, isn't it? 11 of April 2019 is when Assange was arrested. And Ecuador inks a $4.2 billion financing deal with the IMF on February 20th, just a couple weeks beforehand. The country will receive $6 billion in loans from multilateral institutions from the World Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, the CAF Andean Development Bank. The sovereign bond surged last week for the IMF confirmed it was engaged in formal talks with Marino over a possible financial arrangement. Did they say why? They did it for a social investment? That's all? What the hell is this thing, dude? The international... Oh, Skeptic is here? Alright, I'm going to go offline in about 10 minutes, I think, and message Skeptic. The IMF is an international organization in Washington, D.C., consisting of 190 countries working to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, and promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, reducing poverty around the world. That is so creepy. Surveillance of the global freaking economy? I guess that... What is going on? I'm getting all these damn beeps on my phone. What the hell, bro? My YouTube blowing up or something? Kind of is. Let me go ahead and mute my notifications. Sorry. I usually try to. There we go. Got it. And let's see. These loans ensure the borrowing country will be able to repay the IMF, and the country will not attempt to solve the balance of payment in a way that would negatively impact the international economy. It was originally laid out as part of the Bretton Woods System Exchange Agreement in 1944. During the Great Depression, countries sharply raised barriers. Oh my God, dude, this is really freaking me out. I got to get off the air. The IMF was one of the key organizations of the international economic system. Its design allowed the system to balance rebuilding of international capitalism with the maximization of national economic sovereignty, human welfare, known as embedded liberalism. The IMF's influence in the global economy steadily increased as it accumulated more members. Oh my God, bro. I can't say out loud what I'm thinking, though. Hey, thanks, man, Jojo. It really does help, and I appreciate it. Good to see you. I'm glad you're around here. Guys, you're getting me conspiratorially thinking, and that's not healthy for me. Thanks, man, Jojo. I need to move that. Oh, yeah, I need to move that up. Okay. Where's that text box? Okay, there we go. And put that right there. Yep, there, I fixed it. Now we'll be able to see the donuts better. Sorry about that. So the last thing I was going to tell you about, because I do need to jump off here and work on some videos, and I do plan on going live again tonight in just a little bit. YouTube is tweaking the way... I'm going to the live chat right after this. YouTube is tweaking the way that you see subscriber counts, and it is really, really pissing off, the community. So on Twitter, there is a hashtag which is Save Social Blade. It's gone crazy after YouTube announced that it's going to take away sub counts. Now, you're saying to yourself, how the hell could they do that? Well, what they do, they're like, I've got 37,900 subscribers on my main channel. And after they enact this tomorrow, I think they said tomorrow, it'll show 37K until I tick up to 38. Then it'll show 38K. Over here, I've got what, 13,000? And until I hit the 14K mark from now on, it'll just show 13K instead of 13,162 or 13,970 or whatever I have. They're doing this, they say, because it will help people not focus on the drama of gaining or losing subscribers, but more on, you know, basically they think that if you can see your subscriber counts ticking up and down for channels that you like, if one of those channels gets into some shit, you will be inclined to go unsubscribe so that people can see it fall. And they don't want you to be able to do that. So what they're doing is trying to take that away to prevent people from making the decision to sit around and watch live subscriber counts. But this really sucks for live streamers because whenever you subscribe here, it pops up on my screen. Whenever, you know, if I want to put a counter up that shows my subscribers, I could. I've done it in the past. I don't have it in this studio because it, you know, once you start adding a bunch of stuff, it slows down your system. So I took it out of this studio. I still use it sometimes. My point is, it really sucks if they would take away all of that. It seems counterintuitive, right? Why are they doing it? Well, a lot of people think it's because of Pro Jared losing a bunch of subs and cancel culture. They think it's because of James Charles losing a bunch of subs and then gaining a bunch of subs, and the other people that have gone through these outrage cancel culture moments in the last few months. If this really is YouTube changing the way they display subscribers to try to stop this thing from happening in the culture, it's ridiculous. They keep treating us like we're children. We are adults, okay? We do not need... If we want to see the amount of subscribers a channel has, why in the world is that a bad idea? So if you've got 10 million subs and you're close to 11 million and you go to get a brand deal, that means that your brand isn't going to know that you have 10,800,063. So when they go to do a deal with you, they're not going to consider 863,000 people. That's a lot of people. That there is tens of thousands of dollars in one brand deal gone. You know, even 1 million people makes a big difference when it comes to money. We all know that in this YouTube game. And entire millions will not be shown on sub counters, literally because you're not at, you know, you're right underneath it in the future. So many reasons why people are upset. Let me show you why people are mad on Twitter and let you know what happened so we can get out of here because I got a lot of other stuff to do. And I think it's getting late. It is. It's almost 11. My goodness. Holy shit. Where does time go nowadays? Let me fix this right here. Bring that down. There we go. YouTube is trying to take away live sub counts, meaning websites like Social Blade and streams of the T-Series versus PewDiePie battle would not have been possible. Hashtag save Social Blade. I hope you guys will tweet out save Social Blade. I don't know why, but every time we ask Team YouTube to fix things with their site, they either end up adding a feature no one asked for or implementing something that would be detrimental to content creators. It's true. They're calling it abbreviating sub counts. Oh, I know. They really don't. They just treat us like we are so petty. They treat us like we are so childish. It's like, I understand if you've got a site that focuses on kids, you've got to make all kinds of rules to monitor it and to change things and to do this and that and this. This is a site of adults broadcasting themselves. It's called YouTube. It's not KidTube. It's not YouTube Kids. They've got a separate app for YouTube Kids. Why do this to us? Well, this is just another thing in the line of really bad decisions that are being made because of dumb things happening on the platform. It's just ridiculous. So this Crimson says, YouTube, instead of abbreviating subcounts, that's what they're calling it, why not fix the copyright problem or unfair demonetization? I agree with her. I get demonetized on videos where I go back and watch those videos 3 times, censor the living hell out of it to make sure, stick to topics that aren't going to be demonetized. Those are my videos that get demonetized. The videos that get monetized are videos that I don't think are going to be monetized. It's literally backwards right now. Now, my other channel, it's monetized all the time. It's craziness, man. Small numbers matter to both creators and potential brand deals. Rounding down subcounts for consistency is not what anyone wanted or needed. So true. Here's how it's supposed to work. Step 1, we give you feedback on what needs to be fixed, changed, or added. Step 2, you fix and change it or add it. It really is quite simple. Save Social Blade. YouTube's main strategy is to make a dumb decision, spend months trying to convince people it isn't a dumb decision. Oh god, I just skipped all of it. Then wonder why everybody hates them after they make said dumb decision. Save Social Blade because you're turning us into numbers, YouTube, and it's ridiculous. Do not make this change. YouTube is abbreviating subcounts to make 3.429 million look like 3.4 million. If that wasn't bad enough, imagine the 3.4 million number being sent to third parties too. YouTube, let's abbreviate subcounts so no one will know a YouTuber subcount, and so that if we kill off one of the most useful statistics sites for YouTube. I know it. It's crazy. Really, all Social Blade does is track your views that are public and then track your subs. That's all it does. It's a valuable tool. YouTube's statistics in their analytics do not work as well as Social Blade. And it's because Social Blade could fine-tune their site. Oh man, I don't know what else to say. I don't know why this keeps happening, but I always say it. Anyone that wants to join YouTube in the future, you are going up against an impossible task. It's like, it's hard to get your videos out there. It's hard to get in the algorithm. You cannot talk about any current issue that's in the news because the news sites get first priority and anyone searching is not going to see your stuff. They immediately are giving the news money. It's almost like YouTube is feeding the news the money they make now, because normally it would be us making the money. Creators took a hit to their money because they reduced the amount of money that ads made. Then they demonetized half our videos. That's a huge hit to our money. Now we're all barely getting by the skin of our teeth. And they changed the system so much, any regular person could, like 1 in a million, could get good views, while the other million who were getting good views don't. And it's changed the site completely. One thing I've been noticing for a while is that in my recommendations, I never have anything to watch. It doesn't mean that there's nothing to watch on YouTube, because if I type in specific channels, go to those channels and click on the videos, I can find good videos to watch. They literally have made the front page of YouTube useless. Okay, whereas I used to only see YouTubers that I subscribe to. I don't. Do you realize how many YouTubers pop up in there that I've never subscribed to? Now, it used to happen a little bit, but that's literally the majority of my suggested, because the YouTubers I subscribe to are edgy. They use curse words. They talk about what they want, and because of that, they are deranked in the algorithm. If you notice, Keemstar and PewDiePie Several other big YouTubers will not even say a curse word now. Literally, just curse words can get you like 80 or 90% less views than you'd normally get. Also, I don't know how certain people talk about certain topics, because some bigger YouTubers can talk about certain topics and still have monetization, like the Pro Jared thing. I made the safest video on Pro Jared, demonetized. Just for nothing, just because it's, I don't know, I guess because it talked about Pro Jared, I don't know. Just his name. Other people seem to be able to monetize if they just discuss the Pro Jared thing. It should be about how we talk about the information. It shouldn't be about like a certain topic just being nixed, because it's being abused. My point, now YouTube, their search system is broken as hell. Literally, it's just broken. It just doesn't work. Older YouTube videos, even if you want to find them, you're not going to find them. And then on top of that, let me click refresh. On top of everything I just said, the majority of the channels that I watch, when they upload a new video, I don't see it. I got to go look for it. Oh, damn. Why did it log me into UNIRock too, man? Or I'm the main channel. Does it do that to you? I have a couple channels on my thing. Out of nowhere, it'll just log me on to my main channel instead of this channel. It just did it. It literally just logged me on to my main channel for no freaking reason. I don't understand what's going on here. Now, what's really strange, do you want to know what's really weird? I made a new channel a couple months ago. I don't have those problems on my new channel. But then again, on my new channel, I don't talk about these subjects. I'm starting to realize something. Cursing and subjects that YouTube doesn't like, they don't go into the algorithm at all, really. But, when some of you may not know what I mean. When I say go into the algorithm, it's not just the search bar. People typing in things in the search are a very small percentage of what gets us views. What gets us views is when you're watching videos and then the next video plays. Or you scroll down and you look at the videos underneath your video and you click one of them because you're like, ooh, I want to see what that is. That's where the majority of views come from. Demonetized videos and videos that are ranked as a higher maturity than other videos, they don't go down there and they don't get played up next. Now, you could watch a video from someone, and then the next up video will take you to like a different topic, a different channel, and like a safe video. That's when you know that the topic you've been watching is something YouTube doesn't want to link. Because instead of taking you to another video on that topic, another video right around the thing you just watched, YouTube says, oh no, you're going over here to like a famous creator or something you've never seen. You ain't staying in this realm. YouTube is doing these things. This is what made YouTube lose that 90 million market cap not that long ago. If they continue to do this, it is going to severely negatively impact the site. Now, they are making a push to make celebrities, to make music videos, to make TV shows and things like that. That's why they're making that push, to get those up into the front. They think if they get enough people watching Will Smith, if they get enough people watching, listening to music all the time, and if they get enough people, and that's what else gets me too. If you can monetize a video that's a song saying some of the sickest stuff anyone could ever say, why can't I just sit here and talk about something or joke about something? It doesn't make sense, y'all. It really doesn't make sense. It's craziness. That's my rant. It's a horrible thing, YouTube. Do not do this. You're going to do it anyway. It is going to completely take away every one of those live subscriber count live streams. And I love those things. It gives us a good context of what's going on. There is a little bit of strangeness involving this. Now, when I was searching around trying to read about this, I read that James Charles and Tatty, the two people that were having the biggest social blade battle ever since Subscribe to PewDiePie stopped, I heard that they sat down with YouTube lately. It's in an article or two. that talks about this. I don't know if I still have it up. I'm going to try to find it really fast, then I'm going to go to the live chat. But oh, I might have it. No, I don't have it up, do I? Let me see. I got to type in Tatty and it'll come, and I'll be able to know if it's in this. T-A-T-I. Often the live showing of subscriber counts results in feuds between creators. Just recently, we witnessed James Charles and Tatty go into a debate of their lost and gained subs. The feud saw worldwide coverage where both the creators even sat down at Google Spaces to talk about the situation. What did I do, and why is my chat in front of my screen now? I moved my chat, didn't I? Get up there, live chat. You're not allowed to behave like that, live chat. What are you doing? All right, there we go. I fixed it. So this is very strange to me. So we've got two giant creators on the platform, and James Charles loses millions of subs, and he was like YouTube's golden child, if you didn't know. He was being recommended everywhere when he popped onto the scene. For some reason, YouTube just wants to make James Charles their golden child. So he gained 16 million subscribers over a very short period of time. He gets into a fight and gets exposed by Tatty Westbrook. Tatty she goes from 6 million to 10 million subscribers. And then she lost some, and then Charles lost some. Why in the world, after this battle, would these two be flown to sit down at Google Spaces to talk about the situation? Google Spaces Tatty. Let me see if I can bring up something on it. Yeah, it says it on The Verge too. Now, let me type in Google and find it. Okay. The decision to hide subscriber counts comes at a time when the entire world is paying attention to creators' follower counts. Why is that bad? It's driving traffic to the site, and it's helping Social Blade. This is insanity. James Charles and Tatty Westbrook's feud, which led to worldwide coverage, focused primarily on how many... No, it didn't. It focused on these two people talking shit about each other and saying that each other were doing these horrible things. That's what the feud was about. It's not about how many subs they lost or gained. That just was an indicator of how many people were mad about this stuff. Charles and Westbrook sat down at Google Spaces, according to one of Westbrook's videos, to talk about this situation. Intense focus on real-time subscriber numbers from other creators within the community have led to forms of bullying online. There's your reason. Including being used to mock creators that lose subscribers. So what? Are we babies? We are. We're not adults. We're damn babies. What the what? Something that's been a function of the platform for a good reason for all this time is going to be removed because these two people decided to talk shit about each other that wasn't even true. It turns out that Tatty was lying and that Tatty made like millions and millions off of this battle. So these guys get to fight with each other. They get to make a bunch of damn money. Every other creator on the platform gets their subscriber numbers taken away and rounded down to the lowest number. Then you've got this thing happening where they say it was because they discovered that there were peds in the chat rooms or in the comment sections of some of kids on YouTube. So they start ripping the comment section away from kids on YouTube. But the problem, they left the comment section on some of the million subscriber channels out there, even though they were 14 or 15, and took the comment section away from regular people and Soph, a huge YouTuber with 1 million subs almost, who likes to talk about political issues from the perspective that isn't in line with the mainstream media. So they are using this whole comment thing being taken away to bully Soph when she didn't deserve it, especially when other creators right around her size channel with that. The only thing different about them is that Soph talks about what she does. They're the same age as her and talk about something different. She loses her comment section. All of this is just insane, and I don't think it's really a thing. I think they're doing this to protect the golden children of YouTube. They want to keep people watching certain creators. We already know it's true. Those creators get preferred ads. Those creators get preferred space in the algorithm. Those creators can never do anything wrong other than Logan Paul. And, you know, it's really weird, too, because these creators are backed by companies. They are signed to networks, you know. It puts regular creators who are just people that sit down at a computer and create a show. It puts us at the most extreme disadvantage. I always said, my YouTube statistics, if I wouldn't have had 5 of my videos demonetized, unfairly, by the way, they didn't deserve to be demonetized, and they weren't demonetized for months and months and months on the platform. And if I wouldn't have had 5 videos demonetized, my main channel would have been well over 100,000 subscribers a long time ago. These types of restrictions that are put on people because of what they decide to speak about is very dystopian. It's very authoritarian, tyrannical, and basically it controls the flow of money on YouTube. It states that this person does not deserve to make a bunch of money off their views, and that what they say shouldn't be heard by people, even though people are constantly choosing to seek my videos out and click them. That decision was still made for those 5, my highest viewed videos on my main channel. And this is another problem. When I made those videos, they were within the rules. They didn't break any rules. They didn't contain any type of information. I still don't think they did personally, but somebody at YouTube thinks they don't deserve to have ads on them, you know, so they deserve to be demonetized. It just doesn't make sense. If you think it's going to get any better, I think we know it's not. You know, it's nice that I can start a new channel, that I can like make videos and actually get into the algorithm. I tested it. It worked. But what really sucks is that, you know, I want to do what I came here to do. I want to do what I got known for. I want to do what, you know, just about 50,000 people subscribed for me to do. And it really sucks that I can't do it. Because YouTube decided that, you know, certain things just aren't, you know, able to be talked about on YouTube anymore. It's like, what gives anyone else the right? And with that, I shouldn't even be complaining, because we started this video off talking about Julian Assange. And basically, he lost his entire life. He's done, son. He lost his entire life because he decided to, well, you know, provably decided to share information that has been admitted by the government to be a lie. You know, the government shouldn't have classified that information just to keep a lie perpetuated in the mainstream media. So, you know, when Assange found it and he said, look, I'm sharing it, that's what they say. You know, I don't agree with that. I think it has to do with a lot more. But anyway, that's all for another day and time. Before we get out of here, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to get you to weigh in on what you think. Make sure you type the name of my channel. I'll read what you have to say. I'm going to get offline, and I'll be back later tonight. Let's go ahead and head to the live chat. But before I forget, www.paypal.me/UNIRock, and consider super chats. All of it help us stay online, and I love making content for you. So please consider. Let's see what you guys got. I'm so cliche. The whole Matrix thing, I'm so cliche. I'm silly as hell too. All right. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. There's a join button next to the subscribe button. Like I've been telling you and showing you, we're going to be live a lot more. So you better get them emojis while you can. Because we need some new ones. Let's see here. Oh my Jeezy, my Breezy. No freaking way, Hannah. That's a freaking video in itself. That's scary, dude. The hell's this? A message to secure. Why is that coming up? Now hold the front door. Hold the front door. What the hell is that? Why, if I type in Secure Team 10 and search it with no filter, they must have. They're not even showing any of his videos in the search. Look at this. A message to Secure Team with 2,000 views. You got to slide all the way down here to start seeing any of his videos, and all you see is that. They're bare now. Usually when you search for Secure Team, all of his big fucking videos pop up. Now hold on.
Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Well, this is kind of a sad...
Hey, guess what, Secure Team? You are not going to have any luck unless you're some paid shill operative, because my main channel got demonetized too, brother.
And scary day for me, and so I would ask that you watch this entire video because I really need your help today. If there was ever a day that I needed to have the Insomnia team unite, this would be it. And that is because what has happened today could very well mark the end of the Secure Team channel.
Really? Really, Tyler? You got demonetized, bro. You know how many of us have that happen? That will end your channel. So I'm supposed to be a poor fuck and sit here broke as hell and make videos nonstop. But you gotta go and leave your chan if you get demonetized. I mean, you do get a lot of views there, brother. I know how much money those 300,000 view videos get, so I know it's gonna hurt that wallet of yours, but shouldn't this dude was raking in 1 million views per video all fucking year in 2015, 2016, and 2017. What the hell doesn't he have $1 million in the bank for?
I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Oh my God, you're right, 78. I need to make UniPie. I've been so busy. Remind me to do that next week, and I'll make UniPie.
But I desperately need your help. And so, well, basically...
You stay out of this, buddy. There can be 2 baked goods on my
today, without one...
there can be 2 baked goods on this show at one time, Bizzy. You stay out of this, you freako. He got me in trouble yesterday. He was saying some really messed up stuff about crazy people, and all of a sudden I get raided. So a bunch of people jump in my chat, and Bizzy's over there talking about all kinds of weird stuff.
Warning, something...
Whoa! Oh! Why would you show us this? Tyler! Why would you show us this, Tyler? Are you crazy? Don't show me this! I'm gonna have a field day with this! Are you kidding me? Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong, bro. You just fucked up, man. Oh, yeah. And while we play the rest of this... God damn it. Stop it. While we play the rest of this video, I'm gonna be going through all of his tags.
Something happened to me that has happened to other channels.
Let's see
and
what
that
we
was in
got.
the form of YouTube demonetizing my entire channel. Not just a video here or there, but all.
No, they won't put you back up. They did not just demonetize you, Tyler. They did not just demonetize you. You have been deranked in the algorithm. All of your videos that normally pop up are not popping up. I just searched you out a couple weeks ago, dude. I know what comes up when I search Secure Team 10. And it didn't pop up this time. Your channel did, and underneath it, it showed a bunch of fucking like low view videos over your million view videos. You've been deranked, bro. A 2,000 view video showed up over your freaking... You've been deranked, bro.
All of my videos. Every single video I've ever posted, and that...
Yeah, I know how it feels, dude. It sucks.
I have ever earned a single dime on to support my family, which is...
Well, let's see. Now, unless he's went on a de-tagging spree, then I should be able to see his tags. Here's some of his tags. Mystery, NASA, Planet, Space, Secure Team 10, Earth, Mars, Universe, Technology, Future, Hawaii, Elon Musk, YouTube News, Secure Team. Those are not misleading tags, but then again, that's some of his more recent videos. So let's roll down the, wait a minute. Let's roll down the old, oh yeah, there's one with 2 million. There's one with 1 million. There's another one with 1 million. Now let's see what we got. Alright, let me get my tags open here. Come on, load up. Load up. Why isn't it showing this shit? Come on, dude. I want to... Mystery, Alien, Moon, NASA, Aliens, UFO, Planet, UFOs, OVNI, Space, Secure Team 10, Apollo, Earth, Mars, Universe, Ocean, Antarctica, Technology, Future, Stephen Hawking. That is not bad tags. Those are not bad. Those are not misleading tags. Those don't look like misleading tags. Is it possible that he went and edited all the tags on his videos in the last while? I would say that's not possible. Wait, misleading tags can also mean he uses the same tags every time on all these videos. Did he go through and just bulk change all of his tags in bulk? Let me just one more thing, guys. Nah, dude, they look kind of normal, honestly. His tags look pretty normal.
What allows me to keep the channel going has now been taken away. YouTube has taken away the very thing that has allowed me to support myself.
So how in the world, Mr. Tai, how in the world did you get going on your channel when you weren't making all this money there, brother? Just wondering. Why? And I mean, this dude has 1,700 patrons. Are you freaking kidding me, bro? You're not only making like 5,000, 10,000 bucks a month off of YouTube, but you're also making like 3,000 or 4,000 a month off of your Patreon. I mean, I'm not trying to be a stick in the mud here, but you're still richer than me by a long shot.
My wife, my little boy, and really devote 100% of my time over the past 7 years to running this channel and making videos about things that interest me. And like so many other channels, the vague reasoning that they gave in their single email for why they demonetized me was that I had used, quote, misleading thumbnails, titles, or tags.
It's his titles, it's not his tags. Yeah, they got him for his titles. So it's under this. Misleading metadata or thumbnails. They could be his thumbnails and his titles. Using the title, thumbnail, description, or tags to trick users into believing the content is something it's not. They are not going to give you back monetization, Tyler. I'm sorry. You know why? Because you do this. You do. That's why I title my show. I don't title my video. My video, the title of my video is the name of a show, okay? That's why I do that. That way it's not misleading. You're watching this show right now. Now, well, this one's the Uni News show, so not really. This one tells a couple of the things in it, but yeah, oh yeah, I've done videos exposing Secure Team for blatant lies that he's put out. For he's photoshopped entire. He took a planet. He took a photo. He took a video of Venus. Or no, fuck it. He took a video of Neptune, a picture in Photoshop, and put it behind Saturn, sized it, scrubbed it, and then tried to make it look like an alien spaceship behind Saturn, and tell people that there was this thing behind Saturn in our solar system. That was one of his videos. He deleted it. You can still find it on YouTube. Go to Dazza. D-A-Z-Z-A, the cameraman. He's got an entire breakdown of that video. In another video, he says that he called a astronomer and interviewed him about this alien threat. Well, the voice of the astronomer that he recorded on the phone was his voice with the pitch change 20% or 20 decibels or something. So all he did was question himself and then change the pitch of the person that he was questioning himself to change the voice. All you had to do was load it into an audio editor and change the voice up 20%, 20 decibels, and it sounded exactly like him. So he's done all these things before, but he deletes the videos when he gets busted. And luckily, there's a team of people that completely debunk him every time he puts out a shitty video. Now, in more recent days, after he grew his channel over 1 million or 2 subs, he decided to start. If I was him, I would have deleted all those old videos because he just had to know this was coming. You know, when he got to 2 million subs, he really should have got rid of all those old videos because it was just waiting for the day that YouTube went in and watched his shit and said, like, this dude is literally lying to everyone about what's going on with these sightings and these videos. There was a video that he put out saying that it was a freaking UFO sighting, but it was a damn... We went in and proved to everybody that it was a damn light. It was a street light. You know, and then he put out a UFO that was a bird. It was a pigeon. All you had to do was load it into Photoshop and zoom in on it, and you could tell it was a pigeon. I'll show you that real quick right now. Hold up. I think that's on Alien Addict's channel. Alien Addict Pigeon. I'm not joking. Secure Team Pigeon. Alien Addict. I bet I could find it really quick just going to Alien Addict's channel and then showing this to you. Because it wasn't too long ago. Alien Addict hasn't been uploading that much. Oh, he uploaded 5. He has been uploading. I got to go check out his new uploads. I hadn't seen them. They didn't appear in my monetization. They didn't appear in my front page. Hold on. You got to see this stuff, dude. It's insanity. This, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been this long, dude. I need to get a hold of Alien Addict. I used to talk to him all the time. He used to come on my show all the time, too. I mean, there's just been so many things. He showed a crater on the moon and tried to say that it was a UFO. I mean, he just takes anything that he can. He took a lake in Antarctica, turned it upside down, and tried to tell people that it was a damn UFO. All we had to do was zoom in on the lake and turn it upside down, and you could tell that it was a lake in Antarctica. And all these things that he's done are just so deceptive. And people literally have been sitting here for so long, like, how in the world does he keep monetization? How in the world does YouTube let him keep doing this when they're being really hard on other people, you know? Well, shit, I don't know where the damn video went. I don't know if Alien Addict took it down or if I'm just not seeing it. Let me show you this, because I haven't done one on Secure Team 10 in a long time. Dazza, the cameraman. Let me show you this. Oh, yeah, here we go. So you can go to Daz's channel, and this dude has some really good debunks. let's see here. He's got 800 videos, so this one is a playlist that he did. Oh, here it is. Here's one of the best ones. Busted again. More lies exposed from Daza. This is where so this is a Secure Team video. Leaked. Giant body behind Saturn entering solar system. Cover up.
Hello YouTube, this is Daza the cameraman. Today is Saturday the 22nd of November 2014. And this is a further follow-up to my video about serial hoaxer Secure Team 10 and his...
Let me just skip to the good part.
Now, there's something very interesting about that little clip, and as I say, I'm going to come back to that. But first of all, let's look at some comments that video right now. Full volume, few seconds volume section of the video. So once again we see that Tyler from Secure Team is lying to his subscribers. Was actually correct, and he had stripped out the original audio. We hear? Listen carefully.
Really have to go, but I will try to get more data on this as soon as possible.
Now you hear in those last few seconds there, we can hear the sounds of supposedly the astronomer shuffling away as he goes to put his camera away.
As soon as possible.
So if what Secure Team has been telling us was actually correct, and he had stripped out the original audio because it was, quote, barely audible at full volume, then we certainly shouldn't be hearing the sounds of Ken the...
Anyway, you need to see these if you've ever taken Tyler seriously. I don't like this about him. I debunked him a lot when I first got on YouTube. I might have had 800 or 1,000 subscribers, and I constantly begged the guy to... I think he had like 300,000 subs back then, and I was constantly begging the guy, like, look, dude, you got a huge following. Start doing some real work now. Stop it with the clickbait. Stop it. Now, what he was doing was clickbaiting, lying, making these entire videos from scratch, recording himself as an astronomer and lying about it and all this. He was doing all of this because he was low on views at the time and wasn't making any money. I don't get it. Money, to me, I could have the littlest amount of money, and the littlest amount seems like such a big amount to me. I cannot fathom the amount of money that this guy's made, and he lives not that far from my hometown. So it's like, you know, I know how much it costs to live in the area he's in. This dude is banking. I cannot, though. I do find it very. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and lay off of it. I could show you a million things about him. You know. Oh God, do we got these assholes back? Oh, here we go. Hold on. They're not really flat earthers, guys. So don't even worry about talking about flat Earth. That's just a cop out. We figured out who they were. All right. Turn on member mode. Anyway, I'm not going to really beat on Secure Team 10 right now because he's going through some... as much as, like, I disagree with Tyler from Secure Team on a lot of the stuff he does, I still don't think YouTube should be so fast to go around and do these types of things that they're doing to creators. Although I don't think it's his tags. His tags are normal. His titles designed to increase views, that kind of thing is possible from him. So maybe they did watch his channel and decide that he should be, you know, demonetized.
Which makes totally no sense to me, as anyone can tell you that despite the mysterious nature of this topic, I have always attempted to make sure that my thumbnails and my...
No, that's not true, Tyler. Tyler, I just pulled up a Daza video and showed your thumbnail for this video. Let's see, it's right here. So this is the thing he photoshopped behind Saturn. This is actually Neptune. Daza the cameraman found the exact picture that Tyler took. Okay, oh, here we go. Look at this shit. I'm sorry. You know what? I wasn't going to focus on what Tyler did, but I'm going to now real quick.
Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is Friday the 21st of November 2014, and this is a follow-up to my video about serial hoaxer Secure Team and his video about a giant body behind Saturn. Now in my last video we did expose that this was a hoax video by Secure Team, and in my video, we, as well as looking at the images, we also looked at the voice recording in that video of Ken the astronomer, supposedly from the Keck Observatory, where he was describing this object, and I considered that this was actually the voice of Tyler from Secure Team that had been adjusted and pitched down by about 20%. You can look at that in my first video if you haven't seen it already.
Oh yeah, that's what they were doing Saturday. But we've been able to narrow it down, and the person that did that Saturday, what they just did, stopped being mad at me Saturday evening, late Saturday and through Sunday, but since then has made the decision to continue hating on me against the advice from several people that he pretends to listen to, and now is trying to flood the chat again. Oh, of course, which is really great because it proves that that person manipulates bots like we thought the entire time. So you know, it always works out when they do this.
Now a lot can happen in a few hours, of course, and I'd like to thank Charles Lamoureux for the heads up on this. And if we go across to Secure Team's video on his channel and we have a look at the comments, what do we see? Charles Lamoureux, and I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly, Charles. Dazza the Cameraman did an expose of this video, and I'm very much like to hear your side of the story. Sorry, but...
Okay, anyway, let's see here.
But he's got his fingers burnt here, and now he's in damage control mode. Secure Team would have simply said that in his original video.
So basically, this is Tyler admitting that he did record his own voice as the astronomer. In the original video, he said it was a real interview with an astronomer, and after he got busted, he said, well, it is my voice, but I had to... You know, you got what I'm saying. I want to just take a quick look. This is the original one where Dazza busted
Hello
him.
YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is Thursday the 20th of November 2014, and today we're looking at another video by serial hoaxer Secure Team 10. In this video, uploaded on the 19th of November 2014, called Leaked Giant Body Behind Saturn Entry. That's how it should be looking now. Okay, but what else can we find in this video which might indicate that it's actually faked? Well, let's have a look at that image where he's showing this object behind Saturn, and let's see if we can work out what it could be. Now when I saw this, I thought, this looks remarkably familiar. I think I've seen something like this before. And sure enough, let's have a look. Here's the image again. And what we're actually seeing here is a photoshopped image of the planet Uranus.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Uranus,
and this
not
was
Neptune.
Actually taken from Voyager 2. Now I've rotated...
So here's what happened, and I just want to make sure you know this. Years ago, Dazza busted out Secure Team for taking a video and using this image as the thumbnail. This was the thumbnail. He stated that he interviewed an astronomer, so he created an interview with an astronomer where he was proven to record his own voice, which he admitted to when he got busted. It's on the internet. You can go freaking record his, he admits to it. Also, Dazza found the exact image of Uranus that he took and photoshopped behind Saturn to create the video. This video went viral. He made this is back before demonetization. If you think people make a lot of money off of a million view videos nowadays on YouTube, because they do, they made much more back when he did this. I mean, he was just raking in the dough back then. This is what I always say. When you're willing to fake videos, when you're willing to fake things, it's one of those viral things that get in your head. It's like lying. It's like all the other stuff that's viral and negative. If you start doing it, you are damned. I mean, you're damned. Straight up. You're never going to stop. If you start faking the shit, you're never going to stop. He faked his first video. His first video was about a kid who, every time the kid looked into the sky, the kid got scared because it saw a UFO. But the parents would look in the sky and not be able to see the UFO. And then one day, they ended up taking a picture and capturing the UFO on the camera. And he made up this elaborate story. I mean, that's what Tyler did to gain his subs. It's massive, elaborate, created stories that he would create behind these photoshopped images that he would use to make UFO sightings. And that's how he grew a 2 million subscriber channel. I'm literally shocked that they actually demonetized him. I didn't think it would ever happen. I thought this dude would be making millions off YouTube forever.
My titles, while vague at times to attempt to keep mystery, which is what every channel does, have always related directly to what's in the.
What about the title you created for like the 20 hoaxed videos that have been 100% proven to be hoax that you deleted from your channel, Tyler? What about the dinosaur video that I busted you on that you deleted from your channel? What about the one with the little dots going behind the satellite that you deleted from your channel? What about the one about, you know, Dazza the cameraman busted you on? What about the UFO theater ones that you got busted on? Take a look at this channel because it's one of the best channels on YouTube. I love UFO theater. I just love it. UFO theater, best name for a channel ever, because he's saying that the UFO channels on YouTube are nothing more than theater. So, oh, he uploaded a freaking week ago? I gotta go share it for him real quick. I'm sorry, guys. I love this channel. Dude's name's Constantine. I gotta at least try to share his stuff for him because, dude, this guy's like really great at making editing and creating effects. He's a cameraman. The annotated truth about Secure Team 2 years ago. Where's that really good one? Oh, on the wings of fail, Secure Team 10.
Tyler Glockner of Ohio, USA, also known as Secure Team 10. As hoaxers go, Tyler is what you'd call a photoshopper. He doesn't have much skill in visual effects, so his videos are more like slideshows, displaying his manipulated images. Even so, his hoaxes
This is one of his videos.
are poorly executed, as he tends to put high-resolution anomalies into low-resolution backgrounds. Or as one MUFON investigator described it, one of Tyler's UFOs had too many pixels.
He created a black cube, literally just created it in Photoshop and put it out and it went viral.
Which, besides being adorable, demonstrates you don't have to be a visual effects expert to know something is wrong here.
There
The
it
objects
is.
are also
That was his thumbnail right there on the left. It was a crazy cube that materialized into the physical plane from the alien reality in Nubaland. I don't know, some alien name. No joke. That was Tyler's video. He's been busted by... I came from the debunking community. That's why me doing Red Pill to Pay the Bills is in line with the same things I've done on my channel forever. I always used to bust hoaxers and debunkers on YouTube since I started. And I always made funny videos and acted silly and did satire and, you know, but Red Pill to Pay the Bills is more of like the culmination or like the advancement of everything I used to do on YouTube nowadays with the new YouTube where this political agenda is being brought over here and mixed in.
poorly integrated into their backgrounds, as Tyler seems to think blurring is the solution for everything. In this hoax, he claims an anonymous government astronomer has tipped him off that a new planet has entered our solar system behind Saturn. Real astronomer Dave Gregg, aka Dazza the cameraman, points out that the new planet is actually a shot of Neptune, which has been photoshopped behind Saturn. Not only that, the voice of the anonymous source is actually Tyler himself with a pitch filter on his voice.
Hey guys, this is Tyler with Secure Team. Thank you for stopping by.
My name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist for a government agency.
Hey guys, this is Tyler with Secure Team. Thank you for stopping by.
The ruse was so obvious he later had to admit it, which points out another characteristic of Secure Team 10 videos. He attempts to compensate for his lack of technical expertise by creating elaborate scenarios with colorful descriptions and invented witnesses.
Holy fuck, what am I doing? I need to upload an entire video about this. This is fucking crazy.
Mixed in with spooky,
What I mean is this happening to Tyler. I knew about this shit for years.
ominous music.
This footage was sent in to us by the parents of a 9-year-old
There it is. There's his first video.
child who recorded it. Apparently, this craft had been following this child from overhead. He said that it began to get very windy out, and he noticed a small portion of clouds begin to swirl and circle in on one another, forming this portal shape.
When he attracted ridicule for his El Paso Black Cube hoax, he enlisted an accomplice to record an unconvincing witness interview.
Thank you for sitting down with me here and agreeing to do this impromptu phone interview and taking the time out of your day about what you saw the other day with regards to this massive-looking UFO.
I never got what he meant when I first saw this, sitting down on the phone, and then I realized it. People say they've sat down with somebody when they're in person. You know, they don't say that when they're on the phone.
That apparently just appeared in the sky.
Oh, yeah, these are memories. These are memories of my early days on YouTube. You know, this is the kind of stuff I did for a long time.
Over El Paso, is that right?
Yep, that's right. It was pretty freaky, to say the least. I'm just happy to talk about it because I think it needs to be talked about.
Recently, Secure Team 10 has moved on from photoshopped images into creating video hoaxes with predictable results. In this one, titled Alien Ship Caught Sending Out Scouts Over Florida, when the shot is stabilized, we see the scouts can't seem to decide if they want to scout or not. Which is really freaky, to say the least. I just want to talk about it because I think it needs to be talked about. The stunning off-world alien ship, nicknamed the Butterfly UFO, was animated on a still image, as there is no movement whatsoever in the background, which appears to be a shopping center, to which he added some fake camera movement. Tyler hasn't figured out how to convincingly have his objects leave the scene, so he just fades them out. On several occasions, he employs the classic hoaxer giveaway of making a clear, detailed thumbnail image that never...
Oh my god, I know, dude. I always hated that. This has been a common tactic on YouTube forever from fake hoaxy UFO channels. They take a still frame, what looks like it is a still frame from the video, but obviously isn't, because it's much more detailed than the original video, and they use it as a thumbnail. It's like, bro, in your entire video, do we not see any shot that looks like your thumbnail? Where did you get the frames for your thumbnail? Is there footage you're not showing us? And that footage on your thumbnail is very clear and good looking. Why didn't we see that video instead of the shitty one you put on your YouTube channel? It's because they create a thumbnail and they ham it up, so because that's what brings in the clicks, you know? That's what gets the... You get what I'm saying.
Never appears in the video. Here, the object is animated against a still photo with some fake camera movement, which makes the compositing easier. Aside from shimmering artifacts from the stabilization, notice how not a single leaf moves on the tree. The still frame is then dissolved into moving footage, which is how you get this double image. This one is called UFO Stalking Child for Possible Abduction.
He just said that his title and thumbnails aren't deceptive.
Which is characteristic of the creepy Secure Team brand, if you can call it that. It's fear-mongering, promoting the idea that you need to be afraid of alien invaders and government cover-ups and possibly aliens in the government. Tyler wants you to rely on his Secure Team to give you the inside info about
What is a secure team? I've never been able to figure that out. What is it a team that's just very secure with their sexuality? Is it a team that's very like, do they have locks on their front doors? Do they own safes?
The video. I have never posted a video or used a title or a thumbnail that doesn't relate.
Oh my goodness! This dude's living in La La Land. Never, at least say for like the last year or like 6 months. Give yourself a chance, bro. Come on.
To what's in the video, or used a thumbnail or a
Team Skeptic, dude, I am so sorry, bro. I need to get out of here so I can come talk to you. This is why I haven't been hooking up with you in the evening. Once I start streaming, I lose all track of time. I love streaming. It's just my thing, man. Anyway, okay, let's get this done. We've only got 2 minutes left on this video, and then I'm exiting out of here because I got to go meet Team Skeptic, bro. Team Skeptic, we're going to get this done, man.
Title, and then posted a video about something completely different. So this makes no sense to me.
Yes, you have, Tyler. I busted you on it so many times, and that's back when my channel had 1,000 subs, my main channel, so I don't want to hear it, bro. Look, we all make mistakes. It'd be better for you to argue. It'd be better for YouTube. YouTube would trust you more if you argued. You like, look, I've done some deceptive shit in the past, but I cleaned up my act, and I've been trying to do better, YouTube. That would work much better. YouTube isn't going to buy this, dude. You're damning yourself.
It's obviously a mistake and or censorship. If you look at any number of my videos, you'll see that my titles and the thumbnails are some of the most fun and descriptive that you'll
Oh my God. How about this one? So if we go over here, do I still have it up? The YouTube blog post? Fuck, what do they do with it? Okay, hold up. Wait. I minimized it. Hold on. I still have it, I think. No, I don't. Damn it. Okay. Inside the blog post, inside the thing that he says it demonetized him for, it says a misleading tagger title to drum up views. Okay, Tyler? So what about the video you did where it said UFO lures a child to abduct from parents? That is the epitome of a clickbait title and clickbait thumbnail. What about the photoshopped thumbnail of Uranus behind Saturn from the Voyager 2 mission, straight from the NASA archives, where you edited Uranus to look like a giant spaceship and put it behind Saturn to scare people in your title and tags, or in your title and your thumbnail? These things are things that would make you legit lose monetization when YouTube starts paying attention. Okay?
You'll find on YouTube, and I have never once attempted to mislead anyone. I ask questions, and I try to make really fun and interesting videos about a topic that we all love. And so, without your guys' help today, and if YouTube does not reinstate the monetization to this channel, I will regretfully have no way to keep the channel going, no way to support myself, and
Wait! Secure Team Patreon. Wait, Tyler. Wait. You are at least making $2,000 a month, more than I make from YouTube and Patreon and PayPal. You are at least making this just from Patreon. You sell t-shirts. You still can do that. You still have this. You still have the Patreon. You still have the PayPal link. Just from your Patreon alone, you're making more than all my shit put together on my best month. And I make videos all day, every day, brother. And I haven't been making $1 million a year for the last 5 years. What are you doing? Bro, I wouldn't mind tweeting. I wouldn't mind telling all my followers, because I hate censorship, bro. I don't like this happening to creators, even ones like you. So I wouldn't even mind telling my followers to help you out. But I'm not going to if you're going to make a deceitful, misleading, clickbait video to describe you wanting people to try to fix the shit that happened because of your fucking misleading videos.
Continue to do this work that I've devoted 7 years of my life doing. And so today I need your guys' help. I need us to make a fuss, and I need YouTube to hear it. And so this has happened to other alien and UFO related channels in the past, and it seems that if we
No, you tell me where. You show it right now, bro, or you don't say it.
Can make a big enough fuss over this, specifically on Twitter, there is a very good chance that YouTube will rectify this and fix it and restore the monetization to my channel so I can keep it running. But that's only if we make a big enough fuss. So what I would humbly ask of all of you, if you would like to see me continue making videos, all you need to do is go to Twitter. If you have a Twitter account, or if you...
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna vote. And it sucks because I turned off the only chat that I have on right now is member chat because there's some dude with some like chat bot flooding my comments when I don't turn on my membership thing. By the way, we've gained many members since Saturday when this happened, so yeah, there's that. I guess it's not all bad, but I have to leave member on. But we're going to try to do a vote and see if you think I should tweet Team YouTube to help Secure Team or not. Wait, though, we'll do that in just a minute. First, I want to see what people are saying on Twitter about this happening, and I want to see how big of a fuss he made, and then we'll decide if we weigh in. And I'll let you. I will tweet to Secure Team either way. Okay. Oh shit! Who did it? Steven, bro. Welcome to the Rocket Squad, bro. I appreciate you, man. Didn't have to do that. So kind of you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Unlike Secure Team, no matter if you member join here or give me money or not, I'm going to continue making videos for you all day, every day. But joining the channel really does, or my Patreon really does help. Okay. So Secure Team says, guys, it appears YouTube has just demonetized my entire channel. This whoop, boop, boop. Thanks, dude. Welcome to the squad, fam. I remember the channel. This may be the end. Please tweet to Team YouTube and ask them why they've done this. And please reinstate the monetization to your favorite channel. Otherwise, this may be it. So deceitful. So deceitful to say that. This is going to be it. If dude wasn't making $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 a month on Patreon, I wouldn't fucking say it, dude. But he is. I want to see if Team YouTube tweeted him back. Oh, they didn't. Millions listen and love Tyler. Why would you take away an amazing man's work? Oh, I really want to tweet. I really want to tweet. Oh my God, I know exactly what to tweet. Where's that playlist? Secure Team Daza, the cameraman. I'm such a dick. Okay, where's that playlist? There it is. Secure Team debunked. Let me get the best one here. Wait, this one.
Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Saturday the 22nd. Hello YouTube, this.
Okay, I got a copy of the link that I want to put out. I'm gonna tweet this. Can we talk about this? Hold on. Can we talk about this now yet? Tyler, question mark. Oh, I'm an asshole. Hey, if he would have made a video being real, I wouldn't have did it.
If you don't have one, it takes 5 seconds to create one. Go to Twitter and tweet to @Team.
It's the wait, give me spooky music, Bizzy. It's the damn government. They know you're getting close to exposing the truth, and you've been getting closer and closer every year. It's bullshit. I'll do exactly what you want. Tell me what to do. I'll help. Crying face. Alien emoji. I'll do anything. I'll jump off a bridge. I'll drive around and scream. I'll get a loudspeaker and scream, monetize Secure Team 10. He needs thousands and thousands and thousands more dollars than he gets from Patreon. Anything you want, Tyler. Sorry, that stuck out to me.
YouTube, as well as @YouTube, just as you're seeing other people have done in the screenshot here. Tweet to them and ask them to please reinstate the monetization to the Secure Team channel, and that I do not mislead you with my videos or their thumbnails. Ask.
I will definitely do this for you. I'm sorry they've done that to you. They're just mad because you're telling everybody the truth, no matter what Tyler keeps telling him the truth.
Them why they have done this, and that you want your favorite channel back, even if it's not your favorite, that you would like to see Secure Team 10 return. And if we can get enough people on Twitter tweeting Team YouTube, they will without a doubt see it and realize that Secure Team has been unfairly targeted here.
This is theft. YouTube first demonetizes a channel that has a following, then they run their own ads on videos posted by the channel. Hence, they keep the money. It's devious. I've watched them do it a lot lately. So many creators. Pure greed.
When I have done nothing but attempt to get the truth out and make videos about things that interest me.
So lame. The government has already conceded that a UFO phenomena is being studied. We will follow you if you go elsewhere.
And that interest all of you. Let's get YouTube's attention. Your support in this is paramount, as it will determine whether I'm able to keep the channel going. So please, if you have time, a couple of minutes of time, go to Twitter, send out your tweets to @TeamYouTube and @YouTube. And in the meantime, I would appreciate it if you haven't yet to, if possible, support me on Patreon or
oh, come on.
Or by simply grabbing a Secure Team shirt, as I no longer have any way of supporting myself at this moment while waiting for YouTube to fix this mistake. This has been an extremely rough month for me. Having had 2 family members pass away within a 2-week time span, running back and forth to funerals, other things happening in my personal life, and now this is the topping on the cake. This is gonna do me in, guys. This very well may be it. And so this is tough. This is really tough. So I want you to know that, as always, I appreciate all of you. And I hope that with all of your help, this will get YouTube's attention. And
I just posted them, Tyler. This is a mistake. You're one of the few people I trust on YouTube to post real information. You research your information before you post and never use clickbait like some others I won't name. Save Tyler. Everyone save Tyler.
And allow us to continue.
You didn't post pictures of your kids, Tyler. You didn't just post pictures of your kids, did you?
On learning about a topic that we love and care so much about. So I will be on Twitter, monitoring and awaiting YouTube's response. Thank you all for your time today, and hopefully I will see you back soon.
So let me get this straight, and I'll stop doing my little shtick here where I play scary music and, you know, read one of their tweets in about. I gotta get off here. God damn it, dude. I just love streaming. Roosevelt said, recovering from surgery today, and you're all were just what I needed today. Thanks, UNIRock and the UniFam. Well, thank you, Roosevelt. We're glad you're here, my friend. Thank you. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, now let's see what people who aren't responding to Secure Team are saying, and let's get the hell out of here because it's late. And once again, I'm sitting here streaming too much. I am a stream machine. I just cannot stop, dude. Okay, let's hurry up. Thanks, Roosevelt. Appreciate it. Really does help out. Every single one. Thank you. Why are you demonetizing Secure Team? Please change this. Secure Team has never misused thumbnails or given misleading descriptions of videos. What about this? Sorry to be the stickler in the bunch, but everyone watch these videos before you tweet the tubes. Secure Team is not only one of the reasons I use YouTube, he's a prominent member of the community and well respected. I ask that you reverse your decision. Despite the unacknowledged nature of the thematic on Secure Team channel, without a doubt, one of the most healthy and entertaining ones. It's healthy and entertaining. Hi, Mike. Please watch this playlist in full before you decide. Bing bong bink. Reply. YouTube dip 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 dip. To whom it may concern, please note the alternative news is not misleading. So I'm gonna sum up this, and then we're out of here because I got shiz to do. I'm actually probably too late anyway, so I gotta fucking. I'm taking tomorrow off of streaming, most likely. So I'm gonna get my stuff done tomorrow before I stream. But you know, me and Team Skeptic didn't get a hold of each other before I started streaming, so it was mostly my fault. Like I was out doing a couple things anyway. Anyway, here we go. Let me sum up why Secure Team 10 in his recent video is a liar. And if he would be real, I would even help him. I'm gonna let us vote to see if you think I should still help him or not, and then we're gonna get out of here. I am so sorry. I clicked the wrong button. That was loud. Okay. So here's the deal. Secure Team 10 is not a channel that can be trusted, and I don't like saying that. I wish he was, but that's how he got 2 million subscribers. There are so many channels out there that really try to take any type of UFO sighting or any story about a UFO or any strange phenomenon in the sky. I do strange any topic, but a lot of people focus on those topics, and they try not ever, they weed out any story that could be fake. They don't take any submission that looks good or makes a good story and puts it out, and they definitely do not create full entire playlists, entire, lists of videos that are fake from the video, the pictures, the voices, and everything. I hate weighing in on this right now because honestly, I don't like the new YouTube. I don't like YouTube becoming a thing where, here's the deal though. People like Secure Team need to be exposed. They do. And then YouTube does need to make a decision. When he was exposed, I want you to know this. So many channels tried to get Secure Team to stop being deceptive when he had a big following and start being real. And all of us said, dude, you get Secure Team. There were even big channels that reached out to him like, look, man, you have been faking shit so hard lately. This was back in 2017. And then Dazza did it in 2014 and 15. Other people did it. Dazza's done it since then, but other people in 16 did it. I did it a lot in late 16 throughout 17 and into 18. And everybody said, we're never going to have Secure Team disappear. But the main thing with this is that he has to stop faking shit or else YouTube's eventually going to step in themselves. He should have listened to all the other YouTubers. He's not part of a community. He just has his own community. He doesn't care about the rest of the YouTubers out there. The dude's doing it for the money. Now, if you think I'm being harsh, I'm about to drop a link in my chat right now. Right click, middle mouse click this link, or long press this link and then hit copy and watch this playlist after this. This is really all you need to show you that Secure Team 10 invents the stories that he puts out. It's not that some people are giving him fake videos and he's accidentally running them. It literally has happened 100 times. The only reason that, like, a lot of people just won't create fake stuff, put it out on a channel and make it to pretend to be real, and then cry when everyone debunks them. He could have labeled his channel satire or comedy. He could have told people, he could have just not run the fake stories. Now, some people don't know about it, and I understand that. But the other part about this is when you tweet out the truth about Secure Team, you get assaulted by the Secure Team army. These people are brainwashed by this guy. They get angry. Hell, I'm going to follow him on Twitter. They get angry. They get mad that you are showing them the truth about Secure Team. There's a lot of good researchers out there. They just don't have giant swaths of followers because the real story is never super attractive. It's never super suspenseful. You know this, I know this, we all know this. That's why this dude gained all those subs. One thing that shocked me, once he got up to 1 million, he shot right up to 2 million. I don't know what he's at now, but I know he's fucked. This dude ain't gaining much more, I'll tell you that. Oh, I have a whole shit ton of Instagram reality, too. A whole video of Instagram reality show you. Guys, I hate saying it. The entire fucking internet, for the most part, other than a very small percentage of it, is fake. It's entertainment. It's bullshit. In the political realm, in the UFO realm, in the conspiracy realm, in the news realm, that's the internet, man. Why? Because on the internet, it is open information across the whole world. And anyone can post on it. Anyone can make anything and post it there. People are going to post fake things millions of times to every one thing that's real. Just because they can. You get me? So what I mean is, for every real UFO video that's recorded with a camera of something in the sky, there's going to be literally a million fake ones that get put on YouTube for attention or put on Twitter for whatever. It almost seems like they killed his fucking channel, bro. Because look at what happened. So let me show you this, because this is crazy. You type in Secure Team and hit enter, and here you got Secure Team popping up. Secure Team Tribute with Dominoes with 3,000 views before you even get a Secure Team 10 video. This is Secure Team 10, Secure Team Paranormal News. This is a channel that copies Secure Team and re-uploads his videos. It's a clone channel. You get their searches before you even get 2 Secure Team videos. Now, if you look at this thumbnail, Navy scrambling, UFO activity from our oceans growing each day. It is kind of clickbaity and deceptive to say the Navy is scrambling over this UFO activity. He doesn't know that. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to understand how YouTube thought about this. What really is weird to me, if you put in Secure Team 10, put a 10 after it, the name of his channel comes up, but instead of one of his videos with millions of views, it's a message to Secure Team. If you scroll down, Best UFO Videos of All Time, Secure Team 10 by Adam Kowalski. Scroll down, Secure Team 10 2016 by Just Sarah. If you scroll down, you get the playlists videos. Then you get a copy channel called SecureTeam10.com with one of his videos copied. Miles wide structure recorded above Texas. That's not true. It wasn't. How far do we got to go to get a real Secure Team video? Major encounter over Ireland. What did multiple pilots see? Something big and fast recorded under the Mars surface. That's very deceptive. Is this just the beginning? That's not bad. You get the freaking mock channels in before you even get his channels. This has 400,000 views. This has 200 views, and it's ranked underneath it. They have done some... Oh my God, they're showing debunking videos over the Secure Team videos. They have severely deranked this guy. He deserves it. He deserves it. I'm sorry to say. It sucks. So let's do a vote before we go. So here's how a vote works around here. Now, I don't know where my vote music is, but maybe I can find it if I really try. If you think that I should try to tweet to help Secure Team get their music, I'm looking at my playlist. If you think I should help get Secure Team his channel and be supportive of him, type 1 in the chat. But if you think he deserves it and I should try to put out some more playlists of him faking it, put a 2 in the chat. Let me know. One is to help him, 2 is to expose him. I feel the same damn way. I feel the same way, y'all. I hate that shit. Do you know why there's a bunch of channels getting their shit demonetized like crazy? Because people like Tyler have made a living off of lying to people for all this time. And YouTube is wrenching down on the demonetization. And because of it, a lot of other channels are getting demonetized. A lot of other channels are having issues. So anyway, I don't think, like, if Tyler would have made a video saying, look, in the past, I definitely was clickbaity. I was like everybody else, you know, I'm going to keep trying to get better at it. I'll make huge changes, but you got to help me get a hold of YouTube and get my monetization back so that I can keep doing what I'm doing and make the changes I need to change and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I would have thought about helping him. But in his video, he's literally saying, I don't create my own videos, which I can prove many videos that he created all by himself, like from the video all the way up. And I can show many examples that he has been misleading to get his views. That's why he's got 2 million freaking followers. The dude's lucky. He should have advertised his Patreon a lot more. He should have known this was coming. Anyway, I'm outie 5,000, guys. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I've had an excellent stream with you. I'm going to get out of here and message Team Skeptic. I need to sit down and work with him a little bit, get some stuff done. We got some stuff on the burner. Make sure you're subbed to Team Skeptic because he's another dude out there that does a great job debunking. All of us debunkers in the community, I think that we do an excellent service because, not to toot our own horns, but toot, because, you know, the only thing that you can do on YouTube is police YouTube ourselves by using our voices. I don't want channels deleted. You know, you try your best, you hope your best that these channels and these people that are doing this deceptive stuff will come to terms that, look, I can save my channel for the future on if I, you know, start doing better content and not doing it. So that's my goal when I debunk somebody. When I debunk a flat earther, when I debunk one of these fake UFO guys, when I do a red pill to pay the bills, I'm hoping these guys will realize, damn, I've got 50,000 subs now, 100,000. Tyler's case, 2 million. Maybe I should try to do content that I get views through my speaking, through my writing, through my, you know, art, through my animation, through my talent, instead of trying to get views through clickbaiting and through creating lies. You get me? That's always the goal for me, at least. So, you know, remember back to what I showed you. YouTube is changing their sub numbers. They're making it to where, and you know, it'll round down and only show a flat number from now on. They've increased their monetization practices. They are really grilling down on the community. Don't expect the thing to stop with Secure Team. The shocking thing about Secure Team is that it's a 2 million subscriber channel, and it does pull in a lot of ad revenue for YouTube. And I always thought it was a little bit fucked up of YouTube to demonetize certain people and not demonetize. Hey, Roosevelt, he usually chimes in. I'll definitely see if I can get him chimed in before we get out of here, buddy. I definitely will. You know, it was really weird for me to see a lot of smaller channels disappearing, while it made me really worry the Secure Team was above the law. But the problem is we know that certain people like James Charles and Tati are above the law because they can get YouTube to change subscriber numbers, you know? Anyway, make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button, hit the join button for me. It would really help me out. What would really help out, if you do like my show a lot, even $1 on Patreon. I'm gonna take a lesson from Secure Team. You know, it is a good idea to get a Patreon or something else to be a place where, you know, it's built up in case something happens on YouTube. Then Patreon's independent of YouTube, so I can continue creating somewhere else for you guys. So I'm going to definitely work on that too. I'm going to take a cue from him and try that out. But my last thing that I'll say, how the hell can Secure Team 10 make thousands on Patreon and still complain? When you've got creators out there making hundreds of dollars a month and putting out, you know, fucking more content than Secure Team 10. I put out more content in 2 months than he has on his entire channel. You get me? Just kind of a fucked up thing there, Secure Team. Where's my fucking song, bro? I think this is it. Let me see if this is my song. Oh, that's it. I found it. All right, guys, I'm outie. Hit it, Bizzy. Hit it, Bizzy. Hit it, Bizzy. 3 times, Biz. 3 times. Everybody. Yeah, dude, no, it's empty. I feel empty inside, man. I feel empty inside. Nah, dude, I just, as much of a douchebag as he is, I know how fucking sucky it is, dude, to have one of your channels fucked with, so, yeah, you know. No, you're welcome to upload a video about it, yeah. Go ahead and petition YouTube. I knew you'd say that at the end of the show. I knew you would. Why do you want to help him, Bizzy? The dude clickbaits everybody. He got in trouble for it, Bizzy. You know what? You're a clickbaiter. Leave me alone.